Hello, chat. It's me. I am tired. How's everyone doing in chat? I feel like I say that every time we do stream, and I'm kind of full of shit for it. But I'm here. We're here. We're out here. We're gonna play some TF2, obviously, because the fucking Capture the Flag video just came out, so we're gonna be playing some Capture the Flag. I'm not sleeping on stream because I don't trust any of you, nor do I trust my unconscious self to not like roll over and then like my pants fall off or something. And like imagine that. One time I semi recently I joined a stream, and it was just like a woman just sleeping on stream, and it was like stupidly high viewer count given the fact that there was literally nothing happening. I was like, this shit is crazy. What a world we live in. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get back into it, shall we? Oh, thanks for the 16 months as a member. Jeez Louise, you're crazy with it. The question. What question? What question am I ignoring? I didn't realize I was ignoring a question. This is news to me. Yeah, but I'm not here to make you guys sleepy. Let's turn on some fucking banging music real quick. Hold on. Lucid, wake up. Wake up, Lucid. Wake up. Here we go. I'm sure nothing in this will get me age restricted. What's my favorite Minecraft update? That's a good question. That's actually a really good question. I don't know. I'll answer that question once I turn TF2 on. We're playing on Applejack, by the way, because making that video made me realize I fucking love Applejack. Applejack is fucking good ass map. This is not what I meant to put on the screen. There's nothing here. This is I don't even know what this is, frankly. I'm not sure what the purpose of this screen is. I don't know what I just clicked. I'm just going to click the correct screen that actually goes to actual places. Good morning to everyone in the call, in the chat. It's good to have you guys here. We are obviously playing on Zesty's server. Duh. I have a super chat goal. If you want to see me run around as heavy with only melee, I could do that. It's mostly just to serve as a reward because I know people want to donate for the milestone, so no worries. I've never seen the 1990 film Tremors. I've never seen that. I've also haven't seen Holes, which sounds fairly adjacent, even though that's a Disney movie. Anybody in chat seen Holes? I'm sure Zesty's seen Holes. I'm sure Zesty loves Holes. That's a crazy quote. Crazy quote out of context. I haven't seen Tremors. I'm not sure what that is. Zesty. Also, funny story, since we're on Applejack, I have footage of this kind of in the video, the Capture the Flag video, which, by the way, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts and questions about that video, because I'm very proud of it, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. So I was trying to get footage, because I realized I needed more footage of CTF, and I joined an Applejack server. And someone in the server recognized me, and then everyone else realized, like, holy shit, it's a fucking TF2 guy. And I got asked for my first screenshot. That's the first time that's ever happened to me, where I've been noticed in a game and they asked for a screenshot. It made me feel very happy. I was very happy deep down inside. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that experience. I was glad I could make those people's days better. Nice. Okay, cool. I have never seen a full episode of My Little Pony, so my perspective on the word Applejack is not tainted. But yeah, so that was a really cool experience. Also, I got to get that clip. They were all very cool about it, but I got to get that clip of all of them exploding from the sticky bombs, and I got to put that in the video, so that was pretty cool. But yeah. This is 100% a horse race. No, I know of the character Applejack. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like whenever I hear the word Applejack, I think of the TF2 map before I think of the actual fucking long before I think of the words, sentences, parables, psalms, proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Hebrews. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Thank you for the 10, I almost said Asian dollars. I'm so stupid. We're not doing the challenge, by the way, today. But yeah, thank you for the 10 Australian dollars, Blair. I really appreciate it. You are a homie. Fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, Blair gives me $1 of his money every month because he subscribed as a joke to like a monthly tip system that Streamlabs has, and I think he just never unsubscribed. Poor guy. But yeah, thank you for the 10 Asian dollars. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, okay, so was the video based on a true story, or is it a lovingly crafted fan fiction? Okay, so I had this in the script, because I knew someone was going to ask this, right? I had this in the script, but I ended up taking it out because I wanted Jeremy to be I wanted people to be able to like self-insert themselves into Jeremy. So I took it out, but the story of Jeremy is very similar to the story of how I got into TF2. I feel like a dumbass because this guy's making me feel like a fucking dumbass. Doing a great job. Thank you, Human. I appreciate it. I'm gonna die. He's gonna get charged, then charge around the corner. And I'm gonna fall into it like an idiot. Yeah, there. I'm still on 1 health. Stupid fucking video. But yeah, I don't make Zesty. You did not have to make it weird. You did not have to make that weird. But yeah, so that was that basically. I had a whole section that I was gonna put at the end about how Jeremy is basically me. My first experience, but I felt like it was a little inaccurate because I didn't fully model it off of my experiences, and if I did, the video would look very different because I primarily played Sniper when I started playing TF2. So I felt like it would be, if I was going to model it after my own experiences, I'd have to change it a lot. And I felt like making it, once I realized, I completely fucking forgot to do this, but I realized it before I uploaded it, but I was like, ah, fuck it, I don't want to export it again. And I don't think it adds enough because the thumbnail kind of already conveys this point. But the whole story of Jeremy is loosely based off of the picture of the capture the flag picture. I'm dead. The capture the flag picture that you can see in the old quick play UI. That was like hand-drawn, or at least in that hand-drawn style. Yeah. Oh, sorry. What Minecraft server is my favorite? Thank you. I completely forgot that was asked. My favorite Minecraft server. No, my favorite update. My favorite update is probably. This is actually a really hard question, because I'm trying to think, because a lot of the updates that I would have answered like 10 years ago, which is crazy that I could have had an opinion on this 10 years ago, but like 5 to 10 years ago, I would have said like fucking, I don't know, like the update that added. I'd probably say this wouldn't be 10 years ago, but like 5 years ago, I probably would have said like update aquatic. But I think probably I really honestly, it's probably the first, not the new one, but the first Nether update. Because that came out in like alpha. Because when that came out, I wasn't playing the game, but it was so cool to like, because people got from like Notch's blog or whatever, like, oh, this is how you make the Nether, and it was so cool watching people's like first time reactions to that, in like the YouTube and stuff, or on YouTube and stuff. It was super cool to see people's first reactions to that. So I'd probably say that. And if you wanted like a more modern answer, whatever update it was probably, I think it was 1.2, but whichever update that added animal breeding, that one would probably be my pick. Thanks to you, I got into calligraphy. Even though I'm crap at this, I'm experimenting with various names for my name. I'm really happy to hear that, Garok. Not to be confused with Grok. That's a different thing. But yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I'm dead. That's really, really cool. I'm glad I could get you into calligraphy. Also, thank you, MLG Hacksaw 360. I appreciate you. I'm glad you could say that. Holy shit, Crizzy? Yo, holy shit, we haven't been here in fucking forever, dude. Hi, Crizzy is a fucking old head. He's been watching me since fucking for like 4 years. Since 4 years ago? That's crazy. Aoxy, we are not doing the stop being bad conversation today. I'm not using my brain. If you expect good gameplay today, you are sorely mistaken. See, I could have seen that coming, because he was literally in the hallway to my left, and I was too busy answering your question to play the game well. Do you think that Sniper is an OP class? I think he is the most powerful class from a balance perspective, and probably in an ideal world would be less powerful than he currently is. OP is a little hard to say because I don't think he's over centralizing. But I do think that I think that he is unbalanced would be a better word. If you're struggling with playing, just go engineer, bro. You're so right. Holy shit. I'm really glad. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, because that video is my best video. It might be the best thing I've ever made, in terms of how fully featured and how effortful it was. That video has been in the works since, I'm trying to think of, I wrote the first draft of the script for that video in oh, what was it? In fucking, oh, my brain is actually short-circuiting. When was it? It was, I know it was Okinawa, when we went to Okinawa with people. So it was at least 3 months ago. I wrote the first script for that, and decided like, oh, I'm not in the right headspace to do it. But like, it was a while ago, is the takeaway. Can you give me something free? No. Crazy, we don't talk about that shit anymore. The game is still fine with Sniper in it. I don't care. That's fair. I don't blame you. I saw your question about if I do not have anything on the back burner. The only thing I ever had on the back burner was the references video, which got turned into how many references are there in TF2. I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's rough. But other than that, the next video. Oh my god! Thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. How it felt the first time you airblasted a rocket, or first successful bat. I was recording footage for the capture the flag video, and I was recording the pyro footage, and I legitimately got like a perfect setup for I got the perfect setup for a air blast rocket air shot and I missed it, and I was so sad because I was like, oh, I would have been able to put that in the video. It's kind of sad. It's honestly kind of sad that I missed it. I have actually never market gardened someone. I haven't really even tried because I haven't gotten to that degree of proficiency with my rocket jumping to where I feel like I could and like could do it consistently. I found that I'm like unique in this, but whenever I hit on a specific mechanic or something that I find really engaging, I like sticking with it for a really long time before I move on to the next thing. I was talking to my friend Yuki about Persona, and he was like, bro, you should play Persona 5. And I was like, yeah, but I already played Persona 4, and I haven't felt like I digested Persona 4 yet. So I don't want to move on to Persona 5 because I don't feel like I've actually like really gotten to the grips of what Persona 4 was about. So yeah. You said the CTF video was your best. What's my second best video? That's a good question. I think there's a significant drop-off in quality because I think that the CTF video is like peak. Like I already said this on stream before, but I genuinely can't use this fucking thing because then it's gonna offset the everything. Where's my hold on. I do not want to use the candy cane. Okay. There's my beloved favorite loadout. Why do you play on a server with more than 100 ping? Because I live in Japan, and that means that if I want to play on a server with good ping, then with ping that like isn't. Sorry, I'm gonna turn this fucking music off. I know it's good music, but I cannot focus. If I want to play on a server with good ping, then I have to play on a server that gives everyone else bad ping, and I'd rather sacrifice my ping for the sake of everyone else who's playing. So yeah. Okay. My second best video is probably, honestly, it's probably my Cooper Black video or Trapped in the TF2 bubble. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. Thank you, Crizzy. You didn't have to fucking do that, dude. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. It has been a while. I'm glad that you're back. That's so crazy. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something about oh, what's my worst video? That's a good question. Oh, I also, sorry, for the good videos, by the way, I'd put my web fishing stalkers video up there as well, actually. That'd probably be that's a top 3 Lucid video for sure. I'm really proud of that. How many people in Japan actively play TF2? I don't know, but it's probably one of the lower regions. Fuck you, Mukau. But yeah, my worst video that is still currently up on the channel, I think it's like cheat. I'm assuming I can't pick like one of the old references videos. We'll say a video after A Tale of 3 Scouts, because that's kind of like the turning point for my channel in a lot of ways. So we'll say a video that came out after that. I should probably know this, because it's important to know what the baseline... You gotta establish a baseline reality from time to time. Fuck. I think, I've become more and more disappointed with how the multiverse video turned out. Actually, no. My worst video is probably the Marvel Rivals versus Overwatch video. Mostly because I didn't take the time that I should have to really flesh out my arguments, I think. That whole era at the beginning of this year was kind of like I didn't know what I wanted to do. Fucking John Coitus. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my channel for a bit. Fuck. I'm gonna die. I threw. Has the making of the CTF video taught you anything new? Yes. Both in a tangible and like in a more emotional, spiritual way. In a tangible sense, I got much better at using the demo system because I had to constantly go back to demos to get new footage of the more cinematic events that take place in the game, and having to do that taught me how to very quickly and easily navigate the demo UI, which was very good. It also taught me how to just better structure shots in general. Throughout the video, even I think throughout the video, I gradually get marginally better at editing cinematically, so to speak. So that would be the main thing. On an emotional level, I got much better at storytelling and gained a greater appreciation for other YouTubers who do things in a more story-driven way, because it was the first time in a very long time where I've like actually been nervous making a video. Like when I released that video, I was like nervous at if like I did not know if it would really turn out the way, or if it had turned out the way that I wanted it to. Like, I really did not know that. And then when I saw the premiere, I was like, oh no, I've made something special. So I was proud of it. It was also like the matter of I had to actually work with a team of people. Not like consistently. I did all the writing and editing and stuff, but like in terms of the acting, like I had to actually actively work with a group of people to make the stuff that stuff. And that was a little difficult because I'm not used to doing that. I'm used to making everything on my own. And having to work with like even people I know, because I put in the credits, but like Alan and Jaunty Webb are the two main people who I got to act. Oh, and Angel did the majority of Jeremy. So it was a difficult thing to work with people, because I don't think I actively conveyed the scope of what was going on. So I was like, oh, can you help me record something for a video? And I just didn't elaborate on how long it would take or what the content was. So he was like, that's crazy. The 5 minutes I cut out. Oh, so the 5 minutes I cut out was basically all just interviews. I cut out a large amount of the interviews that I got from all five of the interviews. I used as much as I could, but I was gonna initially include much longer sections of interviews, but I thought it would be too boring and take away too much from the pacing of the video for me to just do these long asides. That was originally what the plan was I was going to have these really, really long, drawn-out asides where people would talk for much, much longer. Like, all those interviews are, like, over 5 minutes. So I figured I'd use at least 1 more minute of each interview than I did, but it just took away too much from the pacing, so I ended up not doing that, especially in the second half. In the second half, there's, like... I suck. I really suck. Holy shit. Fuck. I'm going to post all of the interviews uncut on my second channel. That's going to happen sometime this week. Have not done that today. It won't take me long. I'm just gonna put them as they are. I'm not, because no one said anything like incriminating or anything like that, so I'm just gonna keep it as they are. But yeah, so you guys will get all of the uncut interviews. Richter's, and someone pointed this out in the comments, so it's not spoiling anything really, but Richter's interview was the only one where he delivered everything on his own, and I wasn't actually present. I put my icon on screen just so it could be like it could be consistent visually, but he sent me his stuff in like an audio file, and he scripted all of his shit, which was crazy, and he did not need to do that. But he cooked with a lot of the things he said. I was sad I didn't get to include more of it, because a lot of what he said was really, really poignant, and people really haven't said a lot of the stuff that he says, or at least not in the way that he said it. He's clearly thought a lot about this, and I really appreciated him coming on and giving his input. The thing he said about how what was it? Pretty much every single person, all like everyone except Junko, I think, mentioned how like the map timers, round timers needed to return that TF so that CTF could be less like stalematey and stuff. But I ended up only including the clip of Richter saying that, more or less. But it was crazy. Yeah, it was. I'm just really proud of that video. That video is so good. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's doing all right statistically. I'm hoping it continues to do well, because I feel like it'll probably churn for a while. But I think once it spreads to more and more people, it's gonna do very well. Someone in the chat, I think it was Veranda Studios, said that the video made them cry, and that's like the highest compliment I could have been given as a creator. I'm just so happy I got to do that for someone. That was insane. Insane overextension. That was crazy. There's a fucking engineer. My next video will probably be about Deadlock, by the way. I've done five TF2 videos in a row. So this last one is probably, I wanted to do something a little different. And also I have been playing a shit ton of Deadlock with Alan and Angel, and I want to talk about it, because I have thoughts. I'm happy that I can actually talk about Deadlock, whereas before it really felt like I couldn't say shit because I did not know anything notable anyways about Deadlock to be able to talk about it, like when it was the hot topic of discourse. But now I actually have played it for almost 100 hours, which is kind of ridiculous. So I have like more thoughts. Also, we need an engineer, but like I don't want to do it. Like, we're definitely just gonna lose. It's gonna be this really funny thing where I just was not looking at the ceiling. And I have this really funny thing called a headache. Mukau, I agree. Deadlock, good game. Got overhated at launch because of the fixed TF2 stuff, which is entirely fair. It also wasn't very good at launch. I want to talk about the gradual progression of Deadlock as a game since it was released, and I was not looking at the screen. I was looking at people in chat. I am not playing Happy Wheels on stream. I am okay. I don't want to. I don't want to. I thought I said that already. I'm not interested. It does not intrigue me. What does intrigue me is playing Soldier. Where is that sentry? I guess it's gone, wherever it was. I'm I'm trying to think of other like behind the scenes stuff. I feel like uninclined to spoil because there's a lot of really cool storytelling stuff that I did on purpose. I killed myself. There's a lot of really cool storytelling stuff that I did that is the worst pyro that the pyro tongue might be like a bottom 5 cosmetic in the game, which is really saying something considering all of the cosmetics we have. That pyro tongue makes me physically recoil every time I see it. It's like actually a painful experience looking at it. The pyro tongue is the worst thing. Like whoever made that needs to be investigated. Did I shave? Yeah, no, so what happened was... Who the fuck was it? Ace donated me $20 to shave on stream. So then I shaved on stream, and it has not grown back yet. I do not like the freaky pyro. I think that the freaky pyro is something I could do without, personally. Turn the corner. Fuck that century. Gonna turn the corner again. Finally, we have peak. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like a, because I don't want to. You could watch the video while giving us the behind-the-scenes info. Is that something you guys would want to see? I didn't. I assume more people would be interested if I was not giving like the live a live commentary. If you guys would, I assumed you guys would be more interested in asking me specific questions about it. But it might be better to watch it UFR style. Do like a commentary. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure how. We might do that later. I do want to play TF2, so I'm a little. Hey, Lucid, are you Lucid? No, I'm actually a fucking dipshit. I'm actually the world's #1 dipshit, not Lucid at all. I have no lucidity. There's nothing going on up here. I wish I had my shotgun. I'm going to beat shit. Hold on. Also, thank you, Sandquake. If you're in chat, thank you for healing me. You are a real one. There's nothing happening. That's it. Am I gonna go trick-or-treating? Probably. Also, for those, because someone commented about it, or friend of the channel BN commented, and he said, "Thank you. Have fun at the Tyler concert." So I'm going to a Tyler the Creator concert tomorrow. I will update you guys on how it went. Because I'm excited about that. I will probably go, there's not really trick-or-treating in Japan, at least not for adults. So, I probably not. I'm dead. Ow. Yeah, let's watch it. I will, okay, here's what we'll do. We will play TF2 for an amount of time. And then I will, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I want to play TF2 for a little bit. No, that's just Mukau. What are we watching? No, I'm watching the CTF video and going over different parts of it. Talking about like the behind the scenes stuff. Basically doing a little mini UFR. I'm dead. Fuck. What a cool little thing. I want to go to the Halloween event in Japan Universal. I might enjoy that. I just haven't been able to go trick-or-treating in a really long time. I think the last time I went trick-or-treating was like, I don't know. I think it was either junior or senior year of high school was my last time trick-or-treating. I really want to do I really enjoy trick-or-treating. It's just haven't been able to do it. Where? Oh, he was in the air to the sentry. Very cool. What HUD do I use? That's a good question. I used Dar HUD. A very good HUD. I like the way it mimics TF2, modern TF2. Sorry, mimics TF2 style, but with a modern-esque twist. Can we play Doomsday? No. I hate Doomsday. Fuck Doomsday. All my homies hate Doomsday. That's a joke. Favorite bad movie? Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Favorite good movie? Baby Driver, followed by Whiplash. I also really like my top 5 favorite movies is it's like Baby Driver, Whiplash, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Into the Spider-Verse, and I always forget what the 5th one is. I literally have Coraline. Those are my 5 favorite movies. I always forget one of those. It's never the same one. I always just forget one. I don't care enough about fucking Twitter to actually give a shit. Oh, speaking of Twitter, I have a tweet that went viral about Arcane Season 2. So that's pretty stupid. Got fucking 12k likes or some stupid shit. Oh my gosh, we got the Memento demo, man. It's kind of stupid. I was just saying that the thing is bad. I think Rags from EFAP liked that tweet, which was kind of cool to see. Could not find his account. I assume it's private, but it was very cool. I considered messaging Kretosis, who also liked that tweet, and asking if there was a way that he could recommend me to be on EFAP, but I just didn't want to. I was like, nah, I'm too tired. Real shit, that was actually the reason. I was like I would really like this to be a reality sometime, but I'm just not feeling it today. I've spent way too long fucking working on this video. What was the tweet? Basically, Arcane Season 2 won Best Animated Series at the Emmys. And I said, this is proof that great animation can completely blind people from bad, horrible dog shit writing and character work. And I said, it's just sad.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is my favorite TF2 skybox? Well, might surprise you. I'm fucking... And I got auto balance, dude. Yes! Guys, is this the greatest thing to ever happen in the history of TF2? But yeah, no, my favorite TF2 skybox is easily Well. Well is so pretty. I didn't actually appreciate it until making the CTF video. But yeah. Well is really so sexy. Wasn't looking at the screen. Can't aim. Very much can't aim. Oh, thank you, Alec Chong. I have not seen the skybox from Meet the NG, although it's probably a good one because Meet the NG is really pretty. I will continue firing into the pyro, and I love when good animation just substitutes good storytelling. Will I ever make a video about Orange? No. No, probably not. Not unless I find a really good story related to CP Orange. I also have a Snickers, by the way. You guys like Snickers? I love Snickers. Good. It's good. Yummy. I'm dead. I killed myself. It was over. What's my favorite type of candy? Jelly beans. But Snickers? Pretty high. You know what it reminds me? You know what it's like? You guys remember when people were yelling at Storytime animators? Like when Ellis Mark and like Daft Pina and all of them were getting on to Storytime animators for not animating well enough. Like they were like, you don't do the transition frames. Why don't you do the transition frames? Ah! Those people, I'm sure, love indie animation where the story isn't fucking, like, the story doesn't take any sort of precedence at all. I'm sure they fucking love that shit because they're like, well, the animation's good, that's all I came here for. We're done. We don't need anything. Also, hello there, Dr. Wah. I don't know if you guys are aware, but jelly beans are my favorite food. Actually, no, they're my second favorite food. My favorite food is cherries. I love cherries. If I had a cherry tree that produced cherries every day, Stardew style, I would never stop eating cherries. I would have a bowl of cherries at my side in every occasion. I would carry the bowl of cherries in public. I'd look like an idiot, but I would have cherries and the rest of everyone else would have nothing. So who's really winning? You should send it to me, Panquake. I'm playing through Story of Seasons right now. Game is really good. They gave me a cherry tree as a reward for doing something. Yeah, I said thank you to you earlier, Panquake, because you were healing me. But like, I was playing. They gave me a cherry tree, but they didn't give me. They only gave me enough time for one harvest of cherries. And it's like, bro, how am I supposed to live off one? I can't live off one thing of cherries. I'm dead. I have been reflected. My life is forfeit. My favorite thing is to see soldier mains complain that Air Blast is overpowered. My brother in Christ, you shot the rocket. No one was forcing you to shoot that rocket. You could have done anything. Speaking of which, I'm going to equip a shotgun. I feel like Pyro should be considered a support class. Like stock Pyro should be considered a support class. But I feel like in most situations, Pyro is less of an offensive class and more of a support. Like their whole thing is literally applying a debuff. I feel like that typically falls under the realm of support. I'm dead. bad position. You are a baby. Fuck. Bruh. But yeah, I'm excited for the next video about Deadlock. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun. I need to do research on how the game was when it was a 4-lane game. I really need to figure that. I need to learn about that shit because, oh my gosh, that was like a fucking frame perfect. That turn was crazy. I don't think air blast extinguishing teammates is great. I don't know why you would take that away. It's such a weird thing to fixate on. It's not even that strong of a piece. It's like the least strong thing that air blast can do. Like projectile reflection and player displacement those are like way. Oh my gosh, crazy random crit. Top 10 best timed random crits ever. If they were all at low health, dead instantly. I think I don't think I like Proceed. No, I've not watched The Amazing Digital Circus, although I see things about it all the time. I know people really like it. I typically don't watch indie animation. I watch indie animation in very specific situations where like a specific concept really grabs me. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm not. It's not happening. Please. Oh my gosh, I clutched this. Holy shit. That was kind of crazy. That was kind of the coolest thing I've ever done in this game. I'm dead. Probably. Oh, never mind. Thank you. Bro, I have the entire healthcare system on my side. I'm running out of rockets. Something that should not happen, but does for some reason. I wish you luck with your 12-hour-long thing. What indie animation have you seen that you really like? Oh, what's the one Alan showed me? The one... Fuck! Oh, it has like a Dutch word name. People would know it in chat know it, because I saw you guys talking about it, like, earlier today. Bruh. What's my favorite model in TF2? I think Engineer has a really good look to him. It's very photogenic. Recording those Engineer shots for the video was mwah, chef's kiss. Is it Unzelig? Might be Unzelig or something like that. I feel like people in chat know what I'm talking about. I like that one a lot. Gosh, there's like one example that's like really obvious, and I'm completely blanking on it. Why is my memory recall is non-existent? I have no idea what I did. I was like I only watch specific fucking indie animation. Now I literally can't think of what I have watched. What's the worst video I've ever seen? I have no idea. I can think of some pretty bad ones. The pretzel objectivity one's really bad. The first fudge video we covered is really bad. The first fudge video might be actually my pick, because that video was so bad that like I had to tell people about it. I'd like show people it and be like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. trying to think of some other examples that we didn't cover on UFR.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
I have a video that it's like so bad it becomes good for me. There's a video by a Sonic tuber, and I don't even know if he uploads anymore. I think I've talked about this before. But the video is about how Knuckles, why am I being, there's nothing that can be done. I mean, if people keep walking out of spawn while I have crits up, I suppose that works, yeah. Sure, yeah, we'll Uber again. Fuck it. Ursats? Okay, I will attempt to remember that. But yeah, the video is about how Knuckles, Knuckles songs in Sonic Adventure 2 are a representation of Knuckles' drug addiction. And the whole series of songs is about how Knuckles is addicted to crack. It's a beautiful video, and I still go back to it from time to time because it is so fucking horrible, but it is so funny because I don't think it's a joke. I think it's entirely genuine. And that's the best part, is that there is a Sonic tuber who genuinely believed at some point in a theory about Knuckles smoking crack and being addicted to crack. And you know what? And it also involved this, like, conspiracy that the composer of those songs, like, the composer of those songs, like, fucking... Hold on a minute. Try not to eat shit. How did he get out? That's crazy. But like apparently the composer or something, there's some theory, like this supposed blog post from the composer of those songs, where he said, where he was like, there was the composer of those Knuckles songs had a supposed blog that supposedly got deleted, where he said that there was like interference from Sega, and that there wasn't this fucking, it wasn't real, and all this shit, and like he was trying to say something about drug addiction or something like that. It was this really fucking stupid video. We should watch it at some point, not on UFR, obviously, but it would be really fun to watch it. If I ever got Chari 5 on UFR, I'd watch that video. I would love to hear Chari's thoughts on that, because I'm sure he'd find it as funny as, like, I find it. Because he's also a massive Sonic fan. Shout out to Chari. I hope that I get to meet Chari one day. Also, the people in the Dallas chat seem to be under the impression this is not a good crit. Oh shit, never mind. Got the random crit off anyways, dude? Or did I still? I don't think I still had crits. The people in this lobby, some of them aren't on stream, so they have no idea why people are playing Dallas at like 2 in the at like 8 in the morning. That's so silly. What a silly little maneuver. I need to get a crit streak part for my rocket launcher. I'd be on like a 10 kill streak or something right now. I should not play competitive TF2. I would fucking hate that. I would play competitive Deadlock before I'd play competitive TF2. Unironically. Like, I feel like I understand... Oh, I'm so dead. What am I gonna do for the UFR anniversary, bro? I don't fucking know. I have no fucking idea. I have no... I don't have any idea. No, I don't play Guitar Hero. Deadlock is not. Deadlock is fairly different from League of Legends, basically from like everything I've seen. So I haven't played League, but like it's like completely different. The only similarities are it is a MOBA and you buy items to make your character improve. And I guess and I guess there are lanes and a jungle, so the map layout is similar. I feel like if you think that that makes it literally just League, I think it's a little disingenuous. This part is this point is basically indefensible once they get this far up. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, kind of quirky. That's so cute that they think that they can choose what map is going to be played. That's like actually the most adorable thing. It's not. There's nothing you guys can do. We're going to play on Whatville, and there's really nothing you can do about it. It's crazy that you think that it's crazy that you think that you can change it. Like, oh no, we're gonna play on Hadal. It's like, no, dude. We're gonna play on whatever. Reality can become whatever I want. I type in the magic code and everything fixes itself. I'm not going to change it, by the way. I just wanted to see if I could actually choose Whatville. I don't think I can. I don't think Whatville is in the... Yeah, no. I was just curious, because I was like, there's no way. Could you imagine if that were an option? Bruh. I can't stop being mad about the air blast. Bro, just don't fire a projectile at the undistracted, locked-in pyro, and that won't happen. Equip a shotgun and shoot him with your shotgun. He can't reflect those bullets. That crit would have saved the game. That crit legitimately, no bullshit, that crit would have saved the game. It's actually kind of crazy. I can't fucking see. Reality can be whatever I want. I have no idea what I selected, by the way. I just hit 4. So I guess we're gonna see what happens. I picked basically at random. Welcome to the hour mark. Welcome to the hour mark of the stream. Oh, we're going to Frontier. Okay, I'm fine with this. This is acceptable. Oh my gosh. Make sure to press 1 in chat if you have a secret fetish for toes. Make sure to press 2 in chat. Panquake, you can post the indie animation post. You could just send it to me in DMs if you want. Oh my gosh, it's Marcel. Hello, Marcel.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Marcel.
Hello.
Competition begins in 10 seconds.
Your door frame is bleeding? That can't be true. Your door frame doesn't have blood. You can't fool me. No, don't. When will you learn that doors don't have blood on them, in them, anyway?
Oh.
Chat, can something bleed if it has no blood? Can we get the jury on this one? I have a headache. I don't know what happened. If you were to do a breakdown of a particular show for your channel, which one would you choose? I'd probably choose Gravity Falls.
It's a good one.
I would choose Gravity Falls because I would be interested to see how good and or bad I think it is, and I don't think there has been a adequately long video essay discussion on it.
Mission begins in 10
I cannot believe this guy just called the Mr. Quacker's a gimp suit.
3,
It's an animatron. It's a.
1.
Oh my gosh! It's the corpse carrier. I haven't seen that in many moons. Gaming. Thank you for sending me the trailer. Appreciate it. I'm dead. I have been. Never mind. I thought I got lit on fire. I love. How's Japan doing? Like the country as a whole. I don't fucking know. It's probably fine. I feel like I should. Oh well, I guess we traded. I have already explained to you why BTA is good. I do not need to repeat myself. And you just haven't given an argument in favor of anything else, which further discourages me from engaging in these discussions. A negative breakdown of a show? That's a good question. What would I want to talk about in a bad light that hasn't already been, like, done to death? It's basically me briefing. Fuck. I think, BTA should backport animal husbandry into the game, because I think that's a really good mechanic. I think animals are one of the few renewable resources added post 1.8 in Minecraft that are good, and should be, and are a good addition to the game and should be kept. It's also one of the few, it's one of the few renewable resources that actually is, like, made more or less efficient based off of space and how good of a builder you are, which is a rarity, frankly, for undead. Which is a rarity, frankly, for... Give me an example! Give me an example of something that is unnecessary in BTA. And I will tell you that it has a reason. I will tell you that basically everything in BTA has a specific reason for existing. And it's definitely nothing compared to... You cannot be serious about the hand cannon is the only way to get vertical, like actual vertical momentum. Like, it has a niche in terms of the fact that while the ice skates are horizontal, the fucking, what is it? The hand cannon gives you vertical distance. The mechanical pistons also do this, but they don't do it on demand the way the hand cannon does. Just to build? Bro, building doesn't give you momentum, it just takes you upward. That's not what momentum is. Also, steel is a side grade to tools. It's just like it's basically just the unbreaking enchantment. Aoxy, that's rage bait. This is... It's funny if I pretend like I'm stupid, because then I know I'm not stupid, but everyone else thinks I'm stupid. It's hilarious.
It's genius.
Comedy. The ocean, it doesn't provide any form of spice, unlike the newer game, and I'm biased toward a particular playstyle. I could agree that the ocean could be improved. I wouldn't consider it bloat. Calling the ocean bloat, it's undeveloped, if anything. Enchantments are good. I won't let boomers psyop me into thinking of otherwise. Enchantments are a good idea. They're very poorly implemented. And just because the idea or concept for something is good does not mean that the thing is good. BTA's Nether is currently being updated. I wouldn't call it bloat. I would, once again, I would call it underdeveloped, if anything, not developed, or not bloat. Your guys are citing things that I would consider to be things that could be improved, but they're not bloat. Bloat is like an unnecessary change that bogs down the game, or makes it slower unnecessarily. No one's named anything that fits that definition. I suppose I didn't define my terms ahead of time. Ocean temples in current Minecraft are such a waste. I agree. But that's because ocean travel in Minecraft in general is kind of fucked. New rocks are bloat, but BTA doesn't do that. All of the rocks it has are just alternative versions of stone in other biomes, so they don't have bloat. If you're experiencing one kind of rock, you're literally not experiencing the other kind of rock. I'm dead. I'm so fucked. Never mind. Matt, you're the goat. Thank you. I'm targeting Aoxy for rage baiting in my chat. That's not actually true. I didn't know that was Aoxy until just now. So that's not our color heavy. That was on me. It is bloat, bro. Deep Slate is bloat, even though it's only at a 1. No, it's not. No, it's not. Deep Slate isn't bloat. You literally, it doesn't bog down shit. You don't have to get it. Deep Slate would be bloat if it were in chunks and you had to go around it for no reason, like how diorite and andesite is in the base game. A block that only exists in a current region is not bloat. You only experience it in that region. That's just how that should work. I don't think acacia wood is bloat in modern Minecraft. I don't think that's not what I mean when I say bloat. Bloat is like the fucking the copper golem in modern Minecraft is bloat because it's a fucking roundabout, slow, unnecessarily clunky solution to what should just be a button. I think cosmetics are cosmetics in games, assuming they don't serve any other purpose or cause any other dysfunction aside from being cosmetics. I think they're probably like some of the most inoffensive things you could add to your game. You have to really try to fuck up cosmetics. That's why TF2 is so funny. I forget that you genuinely believe Minecraft should have a sort button. You're an absolute buffoon if you think Minecraft shouldn't have a sort button. You are an imbecile. You are the gunk beneath my shoe if you think Minecraft shouldn't have a sort button. You have an IQ squarely halved half of room temperature. What argument could there possibly be? For the record, that is a joke. I want to make sure that is known. I don't actually believe anything I was saying. That's all hyperbole, because hyperbole is humorous, and it's a good rhetorical tool. It's also funny. Both humorous and funny. That's how much it tickles my funny bone. Both of those words at the same time. Oh man, that would have been cool. Anyways, yeah. Basically, if you think that there shouldn't, you're deeply offended and refuse to engage further. I'm convinced you're rage baiting. In the context of Minecraft, if the cosmetic gets in the way, like I always cite diorite, andesite, and granite, because those are cosmetic. You could argue that like, oh, those blocks are entirely cosmetic. There's basically no reason to get any of those blocks ever, right? For utility purposes. But the problem is, if it's fine that they're just cosmetic, but they're not just cosmetic because you encounter them and they bog down your inventory with meaningless bullshit. And it's like, I don't want this cosmetic, but you're forcing me to have it at the expense of an inventory slot, of which I have very little of. That was a crazy reflect. I did not mean to do that. But yeah. Yes, it should have the sort to the nearest chest button. Anyone who thinks that Minecraft shouldn't have a sort button is an insane person to me. Like it's like I like it. It's such an important quality of life addition. It would be like if you went to the McDonald's and you were like, I want a burger. And then, like, they don't give it to you with your wrapper. Like, they just give it to you, the burger by itself, and they just put it in the bag. And it's, like, flopping everywhere. It has no way to connect. And then you're just like, oh, but you know, it's fine because this is how it's always been. My McDonald's never has a wrapper. It's fine. It's cool. Part of the experience is how messy the burger is inside the bag. And it's like, bro, but like, okay, but like generally speaking, everyone else hates that this is a thing, and we don't need. You shouldn't be able to have the ability to instantly build a house and tunnel down to diamonds. I agree. Minecraft shouldn't have a sort button because it's possible to make a sorting system through actual creativity. It is a solution to a stupid problem. I'm gonna die. Moo cow, just kill me. Okay. I think chest sorting is different. The sort to the nearest chest button, you can have that. I'm talking about I should be able to hit a button in the inventory screen, and it should take all of the fucking bullshit in my inventory and consolidate it and put it somewhere. That should be in the game. Why is it not in the game? You can make it where you have a menu where that makes it where, oh, I want this thing to be sorted by this thing. Story of Seasons. I'm currently playing Story of Seasons. That game would have a horrible inventory. It would be so bad. How could you find hidden stuff? It's your own inventory. Everything that you have in your inventory is something you have. It's yours. Why would it be hidden? It's your inventory. Why should it be hidden? What benefit would this have? It is in every other game. It is in every... I saw someone complaining about the lack of a sort inventory button in a completely unrelated game. It's so stupid. Oh, my headache has gotten worse. Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. It is the dumbest thing on the planet. It's not... This is like the most easy opinion. Like, I could expect... Like, there's so many other things in Minecraft that we could change. And if we change them, someone could be like, oh, you know, I think andesite, diorite, and granite should be in chunks in the world because, I don't know, it's a nice change of pace, it adds flavor, it adds texture to the world, it makes it where it's not all one thing. I would disagree. I would say that other things have done that in a similar way. But the idea that there should not be a button that sorts your inventory is so stupid. And it's not... It is so stupid. It is the most brain dead. It is the easiest thing to fix. You could implement it tomorrow. Someone could implement a sort inventory button into Minecraft tomorrow, and everyone would be like, why wasn't this in the game the whole time? No one who is not rage baiting or being a bad actor would genuinely think to themselves, wow, the game's so much worse now that I can just organize my inventory based off category. Is the fucking dumbest shit on the earth, on the planet, on the face of the earth. Anyways, what do I think about the classic netherrack texture? I think the new one is better. I like the new one better. I don't like the old, or I prefer the old nether. I think the old nether and the new nether are bad. The old nether is undeveloped. The new nether is just like they developed it in the worst way. So I just don't like any of it. I prefer the old nether, if only because it looks more like a hellscape. Whereas the new nether is like magical fairyland. And I think that's kind of fucking like lame. Have you played Deltarune? No, I have not. Also, thank you, Sim Knast, for congratulating on the 40K. I'm very happy. I'm very happy about it. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to call my audience buffoons. I agree, typical gentleman. I also think that there's a way to make the nether like a more imposing place. I feel like they went in the complete opposite direction, and they made it like not scary at all. which is like it was literally added in the Halloween update, and it's just called Hell in the code, and they were like, we should take away all of its fear factor. That'd be so cool. Watched like a bunch of people fucking die. That was crazy. I suck. I feel like I hit all of those shots. I'm confused. Piglins were invented for Minecraft Legends, and that doesn't surprise me. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. They look so fucking weird compared to everything else. That's the Jet Set radio spray sound. Yeah, that's about right. The only biome that really fits is the basalt columns. I actually like, that's funny you say that. I actually do like the basalt columns. Because the basalt columns are difficult to navigate, and I feel like that actually makes them more imposing. Because I feel like most people avoid them because they're so weird and difficult to navigate. I'm gonna do the kills challenge. I just haven't done it. Not doing it today because of the 40k celebration. I wanted to do something like more just fun. Also, thank you, Manaranth Biswal. I appreciate you saying my content's cool. You're very cool as well for saying that. You think Discord isn't muted on stream? What? I can't hear it. Marcel, say something.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear the people who should be talking. You think my content sucks? I think some of it does, probably. Actually, no, I think it's probably good. I respectfully disagree. That was kind of fucking gamer. What would you say is the most interesting one-of-a-kind content you've seen made on YouTube? I really like this is the total recency bias, but Marble Hornets has recently started again, and that has me very excited. I really like the stuff that that's coming out of the new Rosswood series on YouTube. I highly recommend it if you're into psychological horror or found footage horror. The fuck? Oh my gosh! I just went flying. That was crazy. I kind of fucking hate everything that has happened involving this flog pyro. I cannot win against this flog pyro. It's a tragedy. It's a travesty. It's a travast. It's tragic. Why is the flog meta in Best Savior? I got double donked. Sad day. I want to make videos in the same vein as Jaden Animation, say more critical storytelling and showing my writing advice and examples of what to do. I think that would be good. That sounds like a cool thing. I wish there were more Storytime animator style channels who made things other than Storytime animation. Having someone who did like small videos on writing or film criticism would be cool. Especially if they weren't just a PNG tuber. Because then you just have like rags basically.
A PNG YouTuber?
A PNG tuber, someone who like they have their character drawn out but they're not animated. They just switch between their character making different expressions in like a PNG format.
Yeah. Let's see.
No, I'm being dominated by Moo Cow. Fuck. No. It's an Indian name. I'm so sorry that I suck and can't pronounce foreign names right. I nail some of them. I nail some of them. But I suck at certain ones. Will I do an untold story of control point or attack defend? Probably. I want to. I want to continue watching the performance of this video. I think it just hit 10K. Let's see. Let's see how live and in person. Let's see how this video is doing. Yeah, it's at like 10,100, which is pretty good. Pretty in line with how other videos have been doing. But it has an above average engagement rate and above average click-through rate, which means that it should have a pretty far reach. Also, you guys have been doing a good job you guys have been doing a pretty good job at commenting and sharing and stuff, so I appreciate that. Please keep doing that. I want to see that video do even better. I want it to get to like 100K at some point. The Pyromania video is getting close to 100K, which makes me very happy. I hope that keeps pushing. Yeah, make sure to give your hype points to the video if you're on mobile. You see Blue as the protagonist in the payload video? Generally, yeah. Although the payload video is more of a proof of concept for the capture the flag video. Because I didn't really commit to the style that I wanted to do with like the storytelling stuff. Fuck a Wookiee, dude. That was crazy. And move that, dude. Bruh. You thought I had like 100K subs? Bro, I've only been doing YouTube for 2 years. If I had 100K subs right now, I would have dropped out of college or something. I would not have done that. Like real shit, I would have just done, my life would be very similar. I see red as the protagonist. I think you could do it either way. I generally think that the red team being on defense most of the time makes them more of the it makes them feel like more of the sentences, the protagonist, because they're moving forward, they're going somewhere, whereas I think protags and like the people we root for, we see them more as offensive or active characters, not passive reactive characters. And I think that the team on defense is naturally a reactive character rather than a passive, or rather than an active one. I did not know there was a soldier behind us. UFR should be next week. This is true. How the fuck did none of my fire hit him? That's crazy. Got a little combo in there. A little combo. Okay. All right. He was in hit stunned directly in front of me. Couldn't not have messed that up if I tried. Pretty gamer. Pretty gamer. All right. What's our team looking like? I'll switch to. I'll be a soldier. What games did I play when I played Roblox? That's a good question. Crizzy was there. Shout out to Crizzy. Crizzy was the guy who donated earlier. Was there when I played Roblox on stream. A lot of Natural Disaster. A lot of Tycoon games when I was younger. Funky Friday, I played a lot of that on stream. I briefly played Typical Colors too, but it wasn't like that fun for me. Kaiju Universe. I do not know what that is. Lapote.
Hello.
Hello? Did you leave?
Hmm? No.
Oh, you're saying hello to the person who jumped up there, Ron.
Yeah.
I have never played Kaiju Universe in Roblox before. There's nothing wrong with playing Roblox at those ages. Oh, you're not talking to me. I'm stupid. The content is way better than your sub count. Such an underrated channel. I'm glad you think so. I hope my growth reflects that. I've noticed that proportional to the amount of views that the video's gotten so far, I've seen a very large sub count uptick, which is a good sign. It means that people really want to see more story-based content, which is it's cool. It's good to see that. It encourages me to want to make more. You guys have also shown a lot of love for like the less like cinematic but still story-based ARG videos as well. So I think that it's cool that people want to see more story-based content. That makes me excited. Although the next video will probably be, it's probably not going to be much of a, well, it's going to be a story, but not in the same sense. Because it's going to be about Deadlock and how the game has gotten so much better. And that is going to be like a progression, but it won't be like characters per se. I'm not sure if I could pull a character out of that. I guess I could do the Jeremy route, go the Jeremy route, and make like a hypothetical Deadlock player, but I don't think Deadlock has like a cinematic mode or any way to get footage from a non-first-person perspective. Also, I just kind of want a break, so I'm probably just gonna do that video in a more traditional style for myself. Deadlock stream win? I don't know. At some point. Hi, driven Radciv. What the fuck? Radicivic. Welcome to the stream. No, I have not played Hollow Knight. Also, I didn't know that Vindicta's feet were ever in the game. I will now look into that for research purposes for the new video. Thank you. There is a crit heavy. Medic, I can see 3 medics and none of them are healing me. Thank you. I have not played Hollow Knight. I know it's good. I just haven't. Frank, all of the fucking the love for Silksong, although I'm sure Silksong is a great game. The love for Silksong has gotten to the point where, like, it has turned me away from the game even more. Like, I was probably not going to play it either way, but, like, there's so much fucking constant all the time. Just, I went to class today, and I walked into class, and my teacher asked the class, "Hey, is anyone playing Hollow Knight Silksong?" This is not a joke. That happened to me today, and I was like, holy shit, I cannot. I get that it's a good game, but like the level of love it's being shown is so excessive that it is turned, not excessive. Excessive implies it's not warranted, but it's so, there is so much, and I just like, man. Especially a lot of the circle jerking about the circle jerking about how good of a company Team Cherry is, and how they're the GOAT dev team, and it's kind of a lot. I feel like it's kind of a lot. Like, here, like, you know what? I'm not a hater. If you like Silksong, and that's fine. I'm not saying I've not played it. I'm sure it's great. But, like, people are currently yelling at people on the internet because someone made a mod that allows you to mod the game to make it easier because people are having trouble with it. And people are acting like you're a bitch if you want to play a game that everyone's talking about but can't get past the level because you're just not that good at video games. And it's like, bro, we don't, why are we chill. Everyone needs to chill the fuck out. It's like, it's gotten to the point to where like it's like obsession to like, it's a lot. I'm sure it's a great game. But like, to me, if you want to mod a game on your own, a single player experience to be good, or like to accommodate you better, go for it. No one should take issue with that. It's your game. Who cares? It really should not matter at all. I'm dead. Also, hi, hey, Simply. I wish you luck with your playthrough, the Abyswall. I'm so sorry to butcher your name. Also, hi, Krabby Cat. It's good to see you. Glad you could make it to the stream. To the stream with the streamer. I honestly did not know until just now that you could get up here. I had no idea you could get up here. I'm dead. Oh shit, never mind. I was able to walk. I don't think, if you mod the game to play it however you want, fucking go for it, dude. It's your game. If you're modding a multiplayer game, then you're interfering with other people. Or if you're advocating that the game should be changed fundamentally, like in a patch or something because it's too hard, then we might have some issues. What's the weirdest instrument I can play? I can play the ocarina. Bet you didn't expect that, huh? You thought I was gonna say some fucking normie shit. Like, oh, you play the ukulele, Nick. No, bitch. I play the fucking Zelda flute. Unironically, it's not a joke. That's a real thing. I have a collection. I have multiple multiple kinds of ocarinas. I have a 4-hole, a 6-hole, a 12-hole. I think that's it. I think that's it. But I can play the ocarina. I can play the Song of Storms. I could make it rain on your ass. You play the chromatic button accordion, bro. That's sick. I support you wholeheartedly. I've never supported someone more in my life. That's not true. I have a girlfriend. Ocarina vid win. I don't have the ocarina with me. Otherwise, I'd be playing it right now. I would be demonstrating my abilities and skills. I do love watching pyros flail their fucking mouse around. Oh, I wanted that kill. Damn it. Have you ever tried typing CL interp 0? Isn't that the thing that the spies use to cheat or whatever?
Do you think we will ever get a spiritual successor to Plants vs. Zombies in Garden Warfare?
That's a good question. Probably. Plants vs. Zombies is a very... it's a tower defense game that's played through lanes, and that's not... Usually tower defense games are done through routes, or through, like the open kind of tower defense where you have like a board in front of you, and the enemies are coming in waves, but you can place your towers anywhere, that kind of thing. There hasn't been really a tower defense game that has captured the Plants vs. Zombies style of having different lanes. Also, the aesthetic of Plants vs. Zombies is totally under-talked about. Just the concept of it is so creative and interesting. It's such a good, it's such a conceptually good game. That sniper is awesome, by the way. That sniper just threw Girardi on me as like a support tool, which is like you don't see snipers doing that shit. You need more of him. More snipers like that. I have a dispenser next to me. I got stuck. I'm dead. I talked shit. I played like a dumbass, and then I died. But yeah, I think there's absolutely potential for a spiritual successor to Plants vs Zombies. Garden Warfare is like less original, at least from what I've seen of it. I haven't played it, but yeah. So the ocarina is a very old instrument. It dates back to South America. From people in South America in this is like very old time period. It was just hollowed out pottery basically. You just put you put clay in and you hollow it out and then you put it into the kiln and then and depending on how many holes there are and where the holes are positioned, it makes music. It's cool. It's fucking awesome. Did you know that Plants vs. Zombies was supposed to be called Grifters vs. Redditors? That's just not true. But I appreciate you trying to make me laugh. Also, by the way, if you're new to the stream, !Discord makes a funny link happen. And also, in addition to that, you can just go to the description. That was a funny thing to have happen. What the fuck? What? Medic! Medic! Medic, please! Medic, please! Thank you. Also, hi, Flixie. Hello. But yeah, thank you for the donation, Krabby. I don't think I said that. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. I always try to give thanks for... I know you guys don't have to do that. I'm dead. They did that flank at, like, the exact fucking correct time. Bro, have you guys seen the absolute insanity that is actors at Disneyland pretending to be characters? I know Marcel's gonna start laughing because I sent her this. I saw a video of the Anna Frozen actor.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking crazy. They're insane. It's like they're doing the fucking facial movements and shit from the movie based off of the animation style that was in that movie, and like that's crazy. It's so weird and like uncanny but like incredibly impressive because they mimic it like perfectly. It's nuts.
It's pretty crazy.
Also, they're just like so good at like coming up with like bits and like coming up with the specific things.
Yeah.
Like, hold on. I'm just gonna play that video on stream. Where's my phone? Oh, my phone's right here. Lol. I'm gonna find that video and send it to myself, so that I can put it on stream. That shit is it's legitimately one of the craziest things. Oh, see you, Panquake. Thank you for being here. You are the homie. Appreciate you for being here. Hey, yo.
Have you met any people at Disney at any Disney themed thing that you've been to that have been authentic to the character like that?
Good luck with the dentist. No, but I've also haven't been to Disney in a very long time. In America.
Yeah.
Also, hold on. I sent this to you. I'm being ragdolled. Chat, look at this. This shit's crazy. Where? Okay. How do I... Man, fucking Instagram on this is so crazy. Hold on, let me just refresh the page.
Don't exactly have an animal sidekick, but if you could swap Olaf with somebody else, who would you swap with?
Olaf? I'll get him back, right?
Yes,
Oh,
you'll
okay,
get him back.
Okay. Well, that's a good question. Wait a minute. You know Mulan? She's got this little dragon Mushu, and he breathes fire.
Yes.
And I don't exactly have any magic powers. I mean, I do have.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Because this is like her job, so she has to be good at it. But it's like I know it's improv, but she sounds like it sounds like it's scripted.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It like actually blows my mind. And I'm not even sure if it's like good. It's just like really, it's like uncomfortable.
Eating powers,
Yeah,
but maybe I could
her
hide him in my
reaction
sleeve,
seems
and then it would
like
look like
genuine.
I got fire powers. And
In
then
a way.
Elsa and I could be like two halves of the same whole. That'd be amazing.
Yes. He could also melt chocolate for you and turn it into hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate on demand. Genius.
It's so weird. It's fucking, it's so weird. Oh, it's like actually makes my skin crawl. Like how the fuck.
So we can be two halves of the same whole.
Yeah, because the fucking.
That was
I got kicked
crazy.
I got kicked from the server. This is the worst timeline. Oh, that's so fucking weird. Oh, fuck. I see you, Biswell. I appreciate you being here. How much do you get paid for the job? I don't fucking know. You're asking the wrong person that question. Okay. Do you guys want, since I got do you guys we could do a vote actually. We'll put this one to a vote. So let me fucking put my face cam on. So the two options are, someone suggested earlier in the stream that we could watch my CTF video and I could give live commentary of different parts of it. Or we could keep playing TF2. So I'm going to do a poll in the chat for the one time. I love democracy. Live commentary plus TF2 at the same time. There's no fucking way I'm going to be able to talk about the video at the same time. No, we cannot have both. You either get behind the scenes or no. Vote now on your phones. Did that joke even hit for people? Do people watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I feel like no one in chat knows what that is, except for people who are my age or older. No, I know if you vote, we will do whichever. This vote is not rigged. The last vote wasn't really rigged either. It was more just fake because I just ended up ending stream anyways. Ooh, whoa, I'm not American. I'm not American. I'm kind of stupid.
It's a good impression.
I will wait until the clock. I will wait for 6 minutes. We'll sit here silently for 6 minutes. That's not true. I will wait. I will give you guys 2 more minutes to vote. When I see 11:46 p.m. pop up on that screen, I'm gonna hit the end poll button. It looks like kind of a foregone conclusion, but also I feel like we could get at least 5 more votes. Can Zico in chat, can you explain to me the 6-7 meme? Because you're clearly very infatuated with it. Could you please explain to me what is funny about it? Because the only thing I get out of it is I just think it's funny because of the video of the guy doing it and his like facial expression. But like other than that, I don't think I don't understand why it's supposed to be funny. It's like 21, but 21's like the result of a joke. I guess it does become like retroactively funny. Why was 6 scared of 7? 'Cause 7, 8, 9. You're a big fan of me. I appreciate that, Zico. All right, it looks like we're gonna do a live commentary of the CTF video, which will be very long, I'm sure. Hold on, let me edit the stream title real quick. All right, it's time. Let me pull up the video, la video. Boom, ba-da-boom. Okay. All right. This is peak, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I will pause as necessary when I feel there's something important to talk about, because there's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff that I think is really interesting. So I will let's just get started. This is Jeremy, your average everyday fresh TF2 player. He just got his first desktop computer for Christmas, and he was ready to play some games. So, I know we're UFRing it up. I paused 12 seconds in. There was an entire section that was cut from this intro. I was going to give Jeremy even more background, because initially I had it written to be more closely aligned with my own personal story of TF2. I was going to have it where he got his first desktop computer for Christmas, and his mom was working, so his parents weren't home, and he had nothing better to do because he was sick. And it was like going to be this whole thing. And I decided to cut it both because I didn't know how to visually represent like American high schooler without going to get some like kind of cringy stock footage. And secondly, I felt like it took too much away from people being able to insert themselves into this story, and how it reflects on their own existence. So he eagerly scrolled through Steam's free-to-play section to find Team Fortress 2. It's a game he's never played before, but one he's been following for years. So, clearly having nothing else to do, he downloads the game and gives it a try.
Let's do it!
So all of the footage taken of the actual CTF match is all one match. It's one entire TF2 match that I recorded. And the role of Jeremy gets played by two people through in the video. In the first act, for basically all of the first act, it's Jaunty. Jaunty Webb got Jaunty Webb. I reached out to Jaunty Webb and I said, Jaunty, you know how like there was this, because this was around when the dramas and massive quotations, but the stuff about being soy being faked was happening on Twitter with Zesty and them. And I reached out to not Jeremy. I reached out to Jaunty Webb and I was like, hey, so you know how like Bing Soy is like totally fake. It's completely bullshit. None of it happened. Like that's like a thing that's totally real and not at all a joke, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I need you to be my Bing Soy. So then I was like, yeah. So I need to record. I need to record this shit. Bing Soy is not fake. This is a joke, for the record. But the joke is that Bing Soy is fake. But yeah. So we had I had him go to a Skyle 2 Fort server and just play for like 46 actual minutes, and you don't even get to see the majority of that time because the actual what happens in the story, the majority of what happens in the story in the first act is just what happened in the match. That stuff is not really embellished. It's just what happened when Jaunty was playing TF2 and he saw this heavy and they taunted. Like that all just kind of happened, and then I wrote the story around that in the first act. And so all that you're seeing on screen is just a real TF2 match. That's led him here. playing a match of Capture the Flag on 2 Fort. The chaos, the violence, the visual noise, it's nonsensical, it's insane, and it's what will have Jeremy hooked over the next several hours, eyes glued to the screen, sucked into the world of Team Fortress 2. So this is also interesting. I'll answer your question, Lepokin, just in 1 second. So this is also cool. No one in chat has mentioned, no one in the comments has mentioned this yet. This is a reused asset from a different video. I'll show you guys where. In miners. Oh, you guys want to hear fucking? You guys haven't heard that in a while, I'm sure. Hold on, let me find. This asset is reused at some point in this video. I have no idea where though. Oh yeah, here. So I made this asset for the miners video, and then I needed that same thing. I needed like the same like perspective shot of someone sitting at a desk. So I found that old asset and then I remade it to fit in this video. But as you can tell, I've gotten much better at video making. So I gave the TV a glow, and I changed the TF2 poster because I figured if this was the first time that a TF2 player was playing TF2, he wouldn't have the poster on his wall. So I changed it to the stereotypical fucking cat with the galaxy sunglasses, and I changed the color palette to be like nighttime. But yeah, so there's a lot of these little connections between all of my videos if you're paying close attention. It's fairly common for there to be these kinds of connections that you can draw between different videos. But yeah, what kind of other? What do you think about branching your content beyond TF2? It honestly depends on the. It really depends on the state of my channel moving forward and like how I can financially support myself and all of that. I really want to make content about battle rap at some point, but that'll probably be on a separate channel, like completely separate from my Lucid stuff, because I there's not really a creator making video essay or analysis content on battle rap, and I feel like that's sorely missed because battle rap is such an analytical genre. Oh shit. Yo, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, dude. I fucking thank you, dude. That's sick. That's like that. I thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Yo, Tech got a membership? Yo, I can't believe Tech got a membership. That's sick. That's so sick. Thank you, Ace. Thanks for the 10 gifted. I really, really appreciate that. You are a homie. But yeah, also this is one of my favorite shots from the intro. Into the world. Thank you, Ace. We are going through the entire video right now, incrementally. So I hope you're excited. Of Team Fortress 2. Jeremy's story represents many other players' first experiences with the game, thrust into a match of Capture the Flag as their first impression of what TF2 is. This game mode has been the hook that's grabbed a large amount of TF2 players over its history and never let them go. Which is shocking because, by all accounts, it's a horribly designed game mode with a whole host of issues. So this section is interesting. Someone in I think it was the Discord. Someone in the Discord said that this section bothered them. I'm not sure why, because I thought this section was really funny. I wanted to introduce all of the people who I had interviews with in the video, but I wanted to do it in a quick and easy way. And this is what I ended up going with. Initially, Richter wasn't going to be in the video. Richter was originally Richter, because I messaged Richter like multiple times, and it wasn't until one of my streams where he finally was like, oh shit, I keep forgetting about this. So he sent me his answers to these questions that I asked really late. But before he sent me those, I didn't think he was going to be in the video, so I didn't add him into this montage. I already had made the intro, and I ended up just adding him as the next possible juncture after the intro was done.
Is really subject to steamroll.
If you want to be able to see your wife or your kids,
Junko is such a legend because Junko's interview gave me the opportunity to like lighten up the interview sections, because for some God-forsaken reason, Junko's just, in his interview, just did nothing but crash out. I don't even think he knew what the video was about. He just spent the whole fucking video crashing out, losing his mind. It's so stupid. Oh, so also I did see two Fort Worker. Thank you for thank you for what you said about thank you for, you're cool. I appreciate what you said about 40 me hitting 40K. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, he just went on a fucking rant. You guys are gonna love it when I post. I'm gonna get these interviews posted at sometime soon, but you guys are gonna fucking love it when I get these interviews posted, because his interview is so insanely cool. It's just him ranting for like 8 minutes about CTF. I asked him like 3 actual questions. I just scrapped everything else because I had everything that I needed, because he just kept talking about fucking turbine and engineer and shit. It was great.
It is very bad.
You're not gonna finish the match. You gotta close the game.
Actually doing the objective is
No, it's actually a dog game mode.
trying to pull your teeth out, basically.
Games can end in 2 minutes, or games can last 2 hours because of an awful stalemate.
So why has it become so iconic and effective at enveloping players in the world of TF2? Well, today, I'm going to go answer that exact question. We're going to go... I really like doing that. I don't get to do it that often, but putting something in the environment visually and seeing and like making it seem like there's nothing here, but really the question mark is here. I really like doing that in editing. I wish I had the opportunity to do it more often. I'm going to go answer that exact question. We're going to go through the history of the game mode, interview prominent TF2 players... I wish I had thought to change this footage, because I never actually talk about Team Fortress Classic, which is... or Quake Team Fortress, rather. And analyze its game design, all to figure out exactly what's made CTF capture the hearts of so many players over the years. Sit back, grab a snack, and join me for the ultimate deep dive into one of the most iconic game modes in gaming. This is a clip that shows up later. A lot of these clips, if you're paying attention, actually happen later in the video. History. This is the untold story of TF2's Captured the Flag. People in my Discord were speculating that there was another person down here because I just left it, but I just liked the way this was framed, so I didn't want to change it. People thought there was like a sixth like mystery guest that I just didn't put in the teaser. I need to do that now because you guys just realized it. I wish I got to show more of this shot, because there's like you can kind of see it, but there's like a rocket jumping soldier here, and like a bunch of other stuff happening. It's a really cool shot. When Jeremy enters his first game of CTF, the first thing he sees is the spawn room. As discussed in the payload video, the spawn room is typically a place of refuge and setup, as all the players on each team get together and hang out with their team. I just went and downloaded my payload video and just used the clips from that for this. Yeah, it's another one of those connections. It's also, of course, efficient, because that means I didn't have to go to noclip.website and get those clips again myself. Also, the act structure that the video is under, because I need to put chapters for this, I think. First thing he sees the act-based structure. It was added after the fact, because I realized kind of how disconnected the Fitzcreek stuff is and the heavy stuff is. And the through line, of course, is the arc that Jeremy goes under, but I really wanted, I felt like it was so disconnected that it would be cool to denote that in some way. And I didn't have any chapters, so the act system kind of came out of that. Setup, as all the players on each team get together and hang out with their teammates. However, in CTF, things work a bit differently. One of the most well-known facts about Capture the Flag in TF2 is that once games get going, they never, ever end.
For 9 years, Capture the Flag and Payload Race have had their round timer entirely gutted, meaning there's no guaranteed end to any game until one team wins.
They can easily go on for over an hour at a time, without much effort on the TF2 players themselves. As such, players who join a game of Capture the Flag... I really like this shot. This is taken, of course, in the demo, but I like that I was able to cut it out and make it kind of like an isolated shot. Whether it be through casual mode or a community server, are typically not going to join at the beginning of the match. That's the casual scout mode or a community server, are typically not going to... That's the scout that Jeremy fucks up later. join at the beginning of the match, so they likely won't be able to meet people and chill in the spawn room. Instead, players like Jeremy over here will likely be joining in the middle of the match, thrown into the action instantly with no chance to get acquainted with the environment or their teammates. As Jeremy walks out of the spawn doors, a thought suddenly dawns on him. What am I supposed to be doing? The impatient teenager just so happened to spam through the wall of text that hits you when you first open the match. So someone pointed out that he's named Jeremy 2003, but I call him a teenager, where if he was born in 2003, he would actually be 22. I named his account Jeremy 2003 in reference to when I was born, as a nod to the kind of the self-insert thing. But like that does not necessarily mean that is the year that he was born. I just thought it would be funny. So he missed this blurb about how the game mode actually works and what the objective is. Luckily for him, TF2 is made so that players can get the goal of the game through visual design and context clues. Jeremy doesn't have to know what any of this UI stuff means, because the second he walks out of spawn, he gets auto-balanced to the other team. Well, regardless, Jeremy is now well aware that there's... So this sequence happened in Jaunty Webb's game, where he joined on the red team and got killed by a soldier and then got auto-balanced as a result. And initially in the earliest draft, or one of the earlier drafts of this, it was going to be that way. But when I was editing it, in the preparation time, when I interviewed Wheezy, Wheezy said that when I told Wheezy what was going to happen, it was like, oh, then a soldier kills him. He assumed it would be a sniper, because stereotypically, walking out of 2-4 and getting killed by a sniper instantly is a much more like typical experience. And it's like, oh, that makes more sense. So then I ended up changing it to the sniper using footage that I already had in the editing room. A blue team and a red team, and he's played Capture the Flag in his PE class at school, so he understands that the goal is to get to the other end of the map, find the flag, and bring it back to his base. He doesn't really know where it is, per se, but he'll figure that out on the way. He's playing Scout after all, the fastest character in the game, so this should be a piece of cake. I made that myself, by the way, the hello, my name is Fast. That's a custom asset, chat. So Jeremy runs out of spawn, and this may be more difficult than he thought. This soldier, that soldier is Alan. That's Alan. This may be more difficult than he thought. Unfortunately for Jeremy, he's currently running into one of Capture the Flag's main design flaws, which is the imbalance between defense and offense. What do you think is Capture the Flag's greatest weakness?
Probably the fact that scouts, or really just anyone, but scouts in general, can just immediately end the rounds if they cap 3 times and no one's really paying attention. It's
in a way actually similarly flawed to 5 Control Point, where 5 Control Point is subject to the same issues, where games can end in 2 minutes thanks to a significant enough skill discrepancy, or games can last 2 hours because of an awful stalemate.
The one person who wants to play the objective, they will go to the enemy's flag, because no one will be watching it. And there's like 4 engineers there with the sentry base.
He's just such a treasure. He's just saying shit. He's just saying whatever he wants. He doesn't have any regard for anything. He's just talking.
It kind of sounds like he's constantly laughing at a joke that he's making in his head that isn't saying.
I agree. It's very humorous.
Yeah.
Also, hold on. Sorry, I just remembered. I had to do something. Defend their flag. Their job is usually brain dead easy. Select engineer, go to the spawn room, place a sentry, level it up, and boom. You've basically won Capture the Flag. You guys, for people who have seen the video before, did you guys like that? Like how this comes back later? This is the same shot from later in the video. That was an intentional choice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty cool myself.
It's pretty cool.
Flag. Unlike other game modes where sentry spots are able to be easily flanked and infiltrated by spies and explosive classes, most CTF maps have their intel. Well, because you would think that you thought that it was like, oh, Lucid just put a clip here so that it could have a visual, but like, no, that is actually him from later in the story, but you would not know that until you've seen the video already. And you watch it again, you're like, oh shit. An enclosed space far from the actual fight. making it incredibly difficult for the enemy team to mount a successful push against a sentry nest and get the enemy flag as long as there's at least one competent engineer on the other team.
Did you put...
And that's not...
Sorry.
What?
I was going to ask if you put that clip in after you got all the footage and you knew you were going to use that clip later?
No,
or...
it was it was an improvised thing in editing. I realized later when I was editing the outro that I was like, oh, I could do a callback here, and that's what I ended up doing. Get the enemy flag as long as there's at least one competent engineer on the other team. And that's not to mention the other problem, which is that it's immensely difficult to get to the flag in the first place, assuming the enemy team is actually playing the objective. It's so far away on most maps that only 2 of the 9 classes can realistically make a run for it, like you would in an IRL match of Capture the Flag, while every other class in the game would likely need assistance from their team. Welcome back, Mark. To escort them all the way there and all the way back. In short, defense in CTF is incredibly easy, while offense is massively difficult by comparison. This is easily Capture the Flag's worst design flaw, and one Jeremy, along with many other players... I don't know why the sky is black in this clip. Capture the Flag's worst design flaw. Yes, this is UFR. And one Jeremy, along with many other players... I have no idea. I legitimately don't know why the sky is black in this clip. I've got nothing. It's the only clip where this happens. I just don't know why it happens. ...have struggled with. I enjoyed this joke. The reality is, flag captures in Capture the Flag are rare. They aren't going to happen consistently throughout the game, and for some matches they may never happen at all.
You have complete autonomy to do whatever you want in the game, and that usually leads to a lot more funny community-esque interactions because no one's actually playing the game.
This has become something the game mode is known for. It didn't seem like my camera was clipped into the wall when I filmed it, but you're probably right. Drawn out stalemates with neither team making any real progress.
It seems like Valve outright forgot CTF even existed while designing some of the game's...
He cooked so hard, chat. He told no lies. Where's the lie? He's so based and correct. He rules. He's the puppet master. He's up here and we're all down here mentally. That's Richter.
Post-launch unlocks. The god-awful Wrangler shield that gives sentries 600 health.
Cook.
The short circuit that deletes projectiles. Air blast countering soldiers.
Yes.
And the home wrecker have all made it even easier to turn intel rooms into impenetrable strongholds.
Richter is the GOAT.
All of these changes...
This is a clip from like 2015, by the way.
Since the game's early years, have turned infiltrating
Obviously
the intel on a
clip.
sweaty server from a fun challenge to a cacophony of unintelligible bullshit that pubs sometimes just don't have the coordination to deal with.
This is Capture the Flag, and for now, Jeremy is not enjoying it. After all, he wants to win. Isn't that what playing games is for? As some red team mercenary, the isn't that what playing games is for part, I believe was in the very first draft of the script, if I recall. The original version of this wasn't going to have Jeremy at all. It was going to be about CTF comparing the real life version with the version in TF2. But I thought this was a much better and more digestible way to convey the same idea. Jeremy was not called Levi at any point in the script. It was always going to be Jeremy. Mary's attempt to break into 2Fort's main lobby, Jeremy rounds the corner and sees a heavy valiantly defending his team's territory. Jeremy, without thinking, throws winning to the side for a moment and saves the heavy. Jeremy is loosely based off of me, but not in a very specific way. In earlier drafts of the script, it was going to be a more one-to-one interaction, but I cut a lot of that because I wanted Jeremy to be more of a self-insert for the viewer in their experience with TF2. Also, this whole part goes hard as fuck. They taunt next to each other to celebrate their kill, and instantly, a friendship has been formed. This interaction leaves something of a smile on Jeremy's face. It was so satisfying to just save one of his teammates from certain doom, and the Heavy was happy to receive the help. Unfortunately, the Heavy would immediately head out of the fort and instantly be gunned down. If I remember correctly, this is actually a completely separate occurrence, and I edited this and the last thing together. And yeah, but yeah. But such are things in the wild world of 2Fort. As Jeremy continues into the sewers, he runs into the second major problem with Capture the Flag. The oftentimes horrendous
also,
map.
chat, by the way, if you haven't noticed, most of the issues that I cite here are things that happen or come back later in the story, which was also a deliberate thing. I wanted Jeremy's story to reflect the issues and benefits of Capture the Flag. So things like the long sight lines and the constant stalemating, that's a part of his story as much as it is me talking about it. And that was like the main concept for this whole video was trying to tie those two things together.
Design.
What do you think is the greatest weakness of Capture the Flag?
It might actually just come down to map design.
What's that one map with is it Silo?
And how a lot of the maps have really, really unfortunate sniper sightlines.
Turbine. Fucking Turbine, dude.
And a lot of the intel...
Junko just constantly, all the time, just angry. Just filled with an impenetrable rage, just unsated. Needs to be tempered. Also, Yuki, we were doing an Ask Me Anything, but people wanted to see... You know the answer to that question. I'm not answering you.
Rooms have awful sentry placements that no one likes taking out.
You load in a Turbine server, there's like 7 engineers in your team. They're all sitting in the fucking room.
It's somewhat map dependent. I think a lot of the older Capture the Flag maps are a bit more entertaining than newer ones tend to be. Newer ones tend to be really big and really open and spread players too thin.
And then the other team has the same thing, and then it's just sniper team deathmatch.
One they added just for the summer update, Pressure. It's just so massive, and it's this big spaghetti bowl. It spreads players too thin. It's just...
Do you have any more thoughts about Turbine that you'd like to share?
These sewers are long, winding corridors beneath the map, perfect for snipers or projectile spam. They're also the only flank route in all of 2 Fort. This is unfortunately a weirdly consistent part of Capture the Flag maps in TF2. They often have a severe lack of flank routes and alternate paths. 2 Fort, Turbine, Double Cross, and even CTF Well.
So this is the weird thing, right? So counting the flank routes in Double Cross and Well is really weird because where does a flank start? Because you could argue that there are flanks within the bases on either side of the map, but the middle of the map only really has one flank, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. But you could also argue kind of that like the little like overhang where the snipers hang out, if you can jump over there, that counts as a flank route. That counts as a flank route on Double Cross, and it's like it's kind of hard, but I think that wherever you draw the line, there's at least it's between 1 and 2, which I think is far too little. I think optimally there'd be way more than that.
Wide open area in the middle that most players are funneled through, with maybe one alternative way to get to the flag from there. This problem also causes players to frequently have long, drawn-out stalemates in the middle of the map, while the one alternate flank route is constantly defended by a sniper or an...
I think, objectively speaking, Applejack is the best map, CTF map, from what I've played of it. It plays very, very well, and the intel is not in a stupid, dumb place. So it actually makes CTF a much more balanced game mode, by virtue of its design.
Engineer. Speaking of sniper, a lot of these CTF maps also suffer from the greatest affliction a TF2 map can have. Long sight lines that cover...
I love this shot. This is one of my favorite shots in the whole video. This shot looks so fucking sexy.
Most of the map. The effect of this is that there's always at least 2 snipers on both teams, constantly in a duel to see who can be the most annoying person in the entire lobby. This massive cluster of chaos was yet another obstacle preventing Jeremy from getting to the objective. The enemy team had set up camp in his own sewers, his side of the map, and there was nothing he could do about it. Eventually, after dying enough times, Jeremy was lost, defeated, and ready to stop playing TF2. But on his way out of spawn, for what he thought would be the final time, he saw the Heavy from before.
I love this part.
His ally was, per usual, in way too deep over his head.
Jeremy, I like the consistent characterization throughout the video of the Heavy being like overly headstrong and like way too, like he just constantly is almost getting killed. Like that's like the that's like I really like that. He ran up to the Heavy and taunted in an attempt to show his friendship. In response, the Heavy promptly ran into a soldier medic combo and immediately exploded into a flurry of red paste. Jeremy was not having it. I also love Jeremy's consistent use of the bat. That's also very, very cool. I like that the three characters often have these like little quirks to them that makes them defined as well as their like overall character traits. That was like a deliberate. It was some kind of a happy accident that came out of the way that Jaunty plays and me wanting to extrapolate that into the character for him and the heavy as well. Also, this part, this like 30 seconds, or however long, took me like 3 hours. To a flurry of this 30 seconds, this like 10 seconds took me like an hour, and then this 30 seconds over here took me 3 hours. I'd paced. Jeremy was not having it. Kalar, that is true. It's a self-insert because I have to use melee weapons to get kills.
That was all you. Incoming!
Safe once again, he was happy to help his fellow heavy. By the way, this music is so good. The music that plays during this part is so perfect. This is from the Japanese exclusive Wii food delivery channel, where you could order food on your Wii and have it delivered to your address. This is the loading screen from that. That's what this music is from. It's so good and like for no reason. Why is it there? Safe once again, he was happy to help his fellow heavy. It felt really good to stand by his fat Russian friend and beat back the bad guys. Wasn't Jeremy frustrated just a second ago? Why was he suddenly having so much fun? It's not like they were any closer to the flag, to winning. And isn't that what playing games is for? Suddenly, Jeremy realized that he had an opening, so now was his chance to help his team.
I have not ordered food on my Wii because I didn't live here when that was a thing.
And so, he left the heavy and made a break for the enemy base. As he ran through the many corridors of 2 Fort, Jeremy wondered why this was suddenly so easy.
This is me, by the way. This footage here is me.
Made happening at mid was so violent and chaotic that he assumed he'd have to fight even harder to get to the actual flag in the enemy base. Yet, no one was really stopping him. Not even an engineer with a sentry to prevent him from running to the flag and grabbing it. He figured that people were just not paying attention enough to notice he was making a break for it. As he rounded the corner, he saw it. Not the flag, but...
So this is actually, in DaVinci, they have a transition called a smooth cut
for it.
That like uses like AI and shit to like try and merge 2 clips together to make it where it's indistinguishable. This is actually 2 clips. There is a cut there. But the smooth cut is so smooth that you cannot see the cut. I forget, because when I walked up here, I think I accidentally fat fingered. I didn't fat finger. I think I don't know. Somehow my I hit escape or something. And yeah,
he saw it.
So I had to add a cut there.
Not the flag, but the intelligence. You see, TF2's aesthetic is largely based off of 60s and 70s spy culture. Think James Bond or the Manchurian Candidate. So when Capture the Flag was implemented into TF2, it was designed around resembling a spy mission of espionage and infiltration. So the original Quake Team Fortress banner was replaced with a briefcase, with vital intelligence inside. Well, at least that's what you'd think. Long after TF2's initial release, the contents of the briefcase would be retconned, from important military secrets to...
I think one of the developers is the person on that flag, by the way. Also, this is also something that Wheezy suggested I add, because I initially was just going to talk about this in like a more abstract way. But Wheezy was like, you have to mention that the flag has porn in it. And I was like, oh, you're so right. It's incredibly important that I mentioned that. It was also a good transition to get out of here. Because it's kind of a weird aside to go through, but I did feel like it warranted mentioning. Because the visual storytelling of Capture the Flag is really good. And it was originally going to be like the main focus of the overall story in the earlier drafts of the script. But I ended up changing it not last minute, but I ended up changing it because I wanted to be... I felt like the spy mission part of Capture the Flag isn't really the essence of how the community understands the game mode. But yeah. Also, this scene in Meet the Spy, this is where that is canonized. By the way, this is where it is said, because the top secret stuff that he has that's from the briefcase, and this is a Capture the Flag map. I don't actually know if it is
like a map that exists, but that this is what's being represented in Meet the Spy. Pornography. TF2 is a strange game. Nevertheless, it might be 2 Fort actually. It might be like a weird alternative 2 Fort. Yeah, so it is okay. I was gonna say because he's in the weird intel room behind that. Explicit pornography. TF2 is a strange game. Nevertheless, much of this visual storytelling went right over the head of Jeremy, who is currently laser focused on getting the first point of the game for his team. But as he grabbed the flag, he heard an announcer loudly say to every player in the lobby,
"Alert! The enemy has taken our intelligence."
This segment might be my favorite part of the game or the video. It's either this or like the outro. But like this was so fun to edit. I absolutely love this so much. Jeremy realized the danger he was in,
Also
so
the
he
Sonic
booked
Adventure
it to the
music.
sewers. Unbeknownst to Jeremy, every single member of the red team was about to descend upon him all at once, because none of them wanted that flag captured. They wanted to continue playing the game for as long as possible, and didn't want to be thrown back into the dread. This clip of the casual queue is from a Ratlobber video. Ratlobber's second channel has this in it. And it was useful because so I just grabbed it. But it's so silly. Casual queue, so they were going to stop him at all costs. But Jeremy knew that he was fast, and by the time the red team knew what was happening, he was already on his side of the map. But before we continue, I just want to say, by the time the red team knew what was happening, he was already on his side of the map. This shot is so good. Like, this shot might be my favorite shot in the whole video. I fucking love this shot. This shot is like so good. I wish I could have shown it for longer because it's like actually it might be my favorite shot in the whole video. I just love the way this looks. It's so good. Map. Not to like suck my own dick too much, but that shot is so sick. But as he was running up the stairs, those long sight lines reared their ugly head one more time. All that work, all that effort, for nothing. As he sat spectating his own death, waiting to respawn, he thought to himself, why did any of that happen? I like that there's a spy that just walks over his body in the background. It's funny. It was so easy to walk past everyone and get into the base, so why was it so hard to get out? It didn't seem like his own team wanted to help him capture the flag. They were all still doing their own thing, fighting and dying over and over again on the bridge, explosive jumping everywhere. There were even people he ran past earlier who weren't playing the game at all. They were just dancing off to the side. Why? What was the point? He went all that distance to get the flag, and no one even cared. Why did his team seem so unaffected by everything? It was almost as if none of them wanted to win. But without winning, what was he supposed to do? Isn't that what playing games is for? TF2's Capture the Flag to blob music. Also, yeah, I forget who it was, but someone pointed out there's a pause button down here. That is from noclip.website, and I just didn't zoom in far enough to make it where that wasn't there. And I feel like a stupid dum-dum because I didn't realize that. After years and years of updates, has become a horribly designed game mode, with games devolving into either complete steamrolls or hour-long stalemates, and not much in between. I ended up slightly rewriting this section, by the way, because initially I was going to talk about how capture the design, what the fuck? I was originally going to talk about how Capture the Flag is at its core a bad game mode, but Richter's whole spiel basically talked me out of it because I feel like that's not really accurate. It's more accurate to say it's been gradually degraded over time, so I ended up rewriting this section. Yeah. Not to mention that this design flaw has been exacerbated through Valve's many changes to TF2 over the years. Also, I'm gonna let fucking Richter cook for a second, and I'm gonna go get a drink while he's doing that.
TTF never felt
Make a Hassan joke at your leisure.
like the most focused, objective-based game mode, but now capping on a CTF server basically just interrupts what everyone's been forced for 9 years to accept as a laid-back, endless meme lobby, and makes them sit through a farcical map vote as if anyone is ever going to vote for anything other than 2 Fort. And then
I'm
a
back.
completely pointless loading screen and pre-round timer.
If there's a pretty significant skill discrepancy, the game's gonna be over in 2 minutes, and then the server resets and boots everyone out.
The majority of the maps are designed atrociously, and defense is as easy as hitting 6 on your keyboard at the start of the match. It's a brain-dead, horribly designed, no-thoughts, head-empty game mode. But paradoxically, that's what people love about it. Capture the Flag isn't good as a game mode in the same way that Payload or Attack Defend are. It's good in the way that Web Fishing, Club Penguin, or an old Minecraft server are, as a place for people to congregate, hang out, and make friends.
This was a really interesting lobby that I joined, by the way, because there was just a group of people who really wanted to be friendly, like at all costs. And they were on the verge of kicking anybody who dared smite to them and interrupt their fun. It was a whole lobby. It was crazy.
Capture the Flag's design works perfectly as a playground.
I know that. I think one of them did, because I told them I needed footage for a video.
For people to hang out and enjoy the game in a low-stakes environment that teaches you the fundamentals of TF2's gameplay.
That's the best pipe shot I've gotten in all of TF2. Sorry, yeah?
I was just saying, sounds like an interesting loop.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
World, and teamwork. It doesn't matter that the games never end, or that reaching the flag is often near impossible, because the objective of Capture the Flag isn't really the flag itself, but the gradual journey it takes to get there.
It's the heavy from earlier.
In real life, Capture the Flag is a game that's flawed in many of the same ways.
So you guys will not believe how hard it is to get footage of people playing Capture the Flag, especially people who are not children. I did not realize. I was baffled. I was like, surely, because I wrote this section thinking, surely I will be able to get footage of people playing Capture the Flag, one of the most famous playground games of all time. But believe it or not, it's actually incredibly difficult. I could find more footage of people playing the hacker computer science Capture the Flag, more so than the actual version. This footage is from a video that they made to promote the Warcraft movie in like 2017, where they got a bunch of YouTubers together to play like paintball Capture the Flag or something. Oh, thanks Dave Funk Machine for subscribing. I appreciate you. But it's crazy. I really thought I'd be able to find more footage of this.
TF2.
Or it's people playing like, or it's like not jet lag. Is it jet lag? It might be jet lag the game, but like some place like there were these like, oh, we played Capture the Flag across all of Japan. But it's like that's not really at all what I'm talking about, because who the fuck, like if you place a flag on one side of Japan, or like that's just a scavenger hunt. That's not really even the game at that point. There's no defense. It's just who can find the other person's flag first. That's like completely different.
Counterpart. If you've ever played it, you know that puppy guarding is the dominant strategy, and that defending the flag is as easy as placing a wall of people in front of it and calling it a day. But the issue with that strategy, as dominant as it is that it is really, really boring. No one wants to venture out into 90-degree heat in the midst of a summer day to play a game of Capture the Flag that looks like this.
Like, this footage took me like 30 to 45 minutes to find. It was actually fucking the worst. I hated it.
Because this game has never been about winning. It's been about teamwork and having
I wish I had given that editing a better pass, because it cuts really quick.
Time with your friends. In TF2, it's the exact same way. The story of Capture the Flag isn't a driven, focused fight between red and blue.
This is also footage from the Payload video, by the way.
With constant progress toward a consistent goal. Instead, it's a series of vignettes and smaller stories that players have between each other.
Also, yeah, there's Markiplier in that Warcraft video.
Talking in chat about whatever's happening in and out of the game. Barely paying attention while you battle for hours on end with your comrades. Not because you want to win, but because it's fun. And after all, isn't that what playing games is for? As Jeremy spawns back in, he sees his friend the Heavy, on the verge of jumping off the battlements to his almost certain death. He debates for a second whether he should keep playing or not. What's the point if his team isn't going to help him? But he knows that the Heavy is just going to get himself killed without his help, so he decides to stick by him for just a little while longer. 3 hours later. I don't know why the spawn doors keep getting deleted, by the way. I have nothing for that. 3 hours later. I also learned how to color grade for this video, or at least how to color grade TF2 footage to look good. This grade was I used it a lot for the I wanted to make like a color grade association for the viewer when Jeremy was like tapping into the good parts of TF2. I kind of wish I had committed a little harder to it as a concept than I did, but I think it still turned out pretty well. Any urge to capture the flag had completely left Jeremy's mind by this point. He was too busy double-teaming enemy mercenaries with his new friend. At one point, he was low on health, and the Heavy even threw some sort of sandwich item which healed him back to full. It was a kind gesture, and it felt like they were the perfect tag team, able to destroy anyone and everyone. Just the two of them. I loved that I got to put footage of them killing Fitzkrieg before you learn who Fitzkrieg is. That's also one of my favorite it's one of my favorite things. I'm really happy. I don't know why he kill-binded when he took the sandwich, by the way, but I like that. I really was happy that I got to put this in here. It was the most fun that he'd ever had playing a video game. He'd never felt such a connection with someone online like this before. It was special. Oh, sorry. Thank you for reminding me. So this is the only time where you can see this, but this and the sandwich shot a minute ago were the only two shots I had to shoot outside of the game itself. So this Heavy doesn't have the correct cosmetics because it's not the same guy. It's Cade. I got Cade to play the Heavy for this one shot. And Fitz is always played by Alan, by the way. So I got Alan to be Fitz. But yeah, so this is the one time where you can actually tell. But there's this shot and then the sandwich shot are the two that I used. But that's why this Heavy looks different, is because it is a different person. But it isn't for the story. The story is for the story. The most fun that he'd ever had playing a video game. He'd never felt such a connection with someone online like this before. That's another smooth cut, by the way. It was special. As Jeremy thanked the Heavy for securing yet another kill with him, the Heavy said that it was time for him to head out. He said bye, and the Heavy disconnected. Jeremy wondered if he'd ever see him again. Right on cue, Jeremy received a Steam notification. I loved making the fake Steam request, Steam friend request. That was fun. The Heavy had sent him a friend request, so he had his answer. I'm sure it got a bunch of people to think that they got a Steam friend request because it looks really good. A friend request, so he had his answer. No, the font is different. The font is different, but I couldn't find what the real font was, so I just didn't want to. It's fine. Did I miss something? Who's Fitz? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. Now that he had had so much practice with his Heavy friend, Jeremy thought he could finally do what he had wanted to do all along: win the game. As Jeremy was making yet another attempt to infiltrate the enemy base, he was getting much further than he typically did. But as he entered the enemy's courtyard, there he was, the obstacle that obscured Jeremy. I love all of this. His eyes from the prize. Fitzkrieg 77, the red team's engineer. Unlike Jeremy, Fitz had chosen engineer as his first class. So when conception, okay, so I didn't want to talk about this. So Fitz wasn't in the original version of the script. Originally, it was going to be that Jeremy tried to capture the flag, and he was just stopped by the enemy team every time. And then he ended up trying to be the Heavy at the end, and all that happens. But I thought it would be kind of lame to have him just be fighting the enemy team the whole time, because you can't get invested in that. He's just throwing his head at a wall, and I figured he was already kind of doing that at the beginning, and it's kind of overly repetitive. So I invented Fitz as a character, as the antagonist, as the reflection of Jeremy. I thought it would be cool to have a character who's like, whereas Jeremy wanted to pick the most offensive, like fast go character. Fitz is over here trying to play the most defensive turtley engineer humanly possible. As his but they're also both they're both the like reflections of each other. Which makes how the video ends all the more makes it hit all the harder. And I really like. I think if I could have done another addition to the script, I would have had a section where Jeremy kind of talks, or where I talk about what Jeremy's thoughts are toward Fitz in a more specific way. Because like I feel like having a growing hatred kind of develop would make the end hit even harder. But you know, we haven't gotten there. And as Jeremy and the Heavy were fighting and having a good time, Fitz had joined the game and built his little sentry nest on 2 Fort, as he had seen plenty of other people do in YouTube videos time and time again. But before he could get it to level 3, Jeremy and the Heavy...
I don't know why this footage is laggy, by the way. I have no idea
YouTube
why.
videos time
it's
and time
really
again.
weird. I don't know why it's like that. It bothers me. Because when I watched it in the thing, I assumed my computer was lagging. I didn't
But
think
before
the
he
footage
could get
was
it to
lagging.
level 3, Jeremy and the Heavy just kept destroying it, over and over again, ruining his precious work. But now that the Heavy was gone, Jeremy alone was no match for his mechanized might. Fitzkrieg was intent on never letting anyone get the intel, under any circumstances. Jeremy had no chance of competing. He was Scout, the class that Engineer was probably best at dealing with.
Every so often, there's just that one guy that's like, you know what? I'm going to go Scout and just win the game myself within 3 minutes. And then everyone just gets kind of annoyed because like, oh, well, I guess instead of exploring the map, someone's going to have to bunker down and go Engineer.
Every time he even
I mean, that was kind of also the goal, Steppo, is like I wanted Jeremy to feel like his antagonist was Fitz, but I didn't want people to think that Fitz was like a shitty person, because I wanted it to be like, oh, Fitz is just as new of a player as Jeremy is, kind of thing. I actually had that explicitly said later on, but I cut it out because I felt like it was too clunky.
Sniffed the enemy courtyard, Fitz would be there with a sentry or a shotgun, ready to stuff his efforts in one foul swoop. Jeremy had found his antagonist, but he knew that Scout wasn't going to cut it. So Jeremy's eyes began to wander to the other offensive options he could use to capture the flag. Surely one of these classes would allow him to completely destroy the other team and win the game. One of Capture the Flag's biggest strengths, after all, is its ability to make all of the classes feel useful, and have a role that feels natural and organic.
I think it's a game mode where every class has its purpose, where you have offense classes going for intel, defense classes defending intel, and support classes either defending intel or infiltrating to go support.
I think the fact that Zesty says defending intel like 3 times is kind of indicative of the imbalance of CTF as it currently is designed.
The offense class is going to get the intel, that kind of thing.
Every class in the game has a different way of fulfilling their own unique role in the team fight, and Jeremy was going to find the perfect choice to best his newly found adversary. Soldier was the next logical choice, arguably the most versatile class in the game. In Capture the Flag, his use is mitigated somewhat due to his slow speed, especially in maps like 2 Fort or Turbine with low ceilings. But that's if you're playing the objective, which, as we've established, no one is. So Jeremy knew that he could use the soldier to put the enemy team in the meat grinder over and over again. He was actually doing really well in his first few lives as soldier, and he found it easy to push further into the enemy team's base by himself. But, unlike Scout, Soldier was slow. Genuinely too slow for Jeremy to enjoy. Soldier's walking speed is one of the slowest in the game, which Jeremy wasn't accustomed to after playing Scout. Not to mention the verticality of a lot
I love this joke. This was really fun because Angel, the guy playing Jeremy, really likes movement in TF2. He really likes rocket jumping and shit. So he was rocket jumping everywhere, and I was like, Jeremy would not know how to do that, and I need you to like fuck up rocket jumping. So he did this as a result of me telling him to fuck up rocket jumping.
Of CTF maps incentivizes the explosive classes to blast jump, and Jeremy had no idea how to do any of that. So there was little chance he was going to be able to win the game all by himself, and he had realized that.
Also, will Jeremy return in future videos? I don't know. I would like to think so. We'll see. We'll see. I want to see how people receive this video first before I can make any conclusive
Any conclusive thoughts on that statement? No one else in the lobby was interested in helping.
No one's gonna help you go and fight the sentries. If you are typing in the chat like, guys, come on, we gotta take this, you're gonna get like, dude, it's 2-4, like, shut up, and you're gonna get like vote kicked or something.
Yeah. Next was Pyro. Now this was something Jeremy could get behind. A character that required absolutely zero aiming ability. Just hold left click and kill people. Now this was something Jeremy was good at. The problem with Pyro...
That's actually me in real time falling for like the oldest trick in the book. It was a fake friendly. My worst nightmare.
In CTF is that, unlike his role in most other game modes, she's best played more defensively. Due to the lack of solid flank routes in most CTF maps,
Thank you, Pickles, for subbing. I appreciate it.
as well as Pyro's relatively slow walking speed, it's hard for them to close the distance and make an offensive push toward the other team without getting mowed down.
This is the same. I just realized that that's the same clip from earlier. I didn't actually even realize that that's like the same clip I showed when I was talking about Soldier, but from a different perspective. That's funny.
It's hard for them to close the distance and make an offensive push toward the other team without getting mowed down. The Pyro is often forced to either stay with his team for a push, or play defensive with the engineers at the base, fending off incoming spies and scouts from the intel. These roles, while fun and very dynamic with a few of Pyro's unlocks, aren't very conducive to Jeremy's adrenaline-addled objective.
Hi, BN. We're going through all of the video as like a behind-the-scenes thing for everything I wanted to say.
Focused win-now mentality.
Oh, that's fun. So I directed Angel. I was like, hey, Angel, I need you to just like, can you just spaz out and then kill bind? And that's what he did.
Aren't very conducive to Jeremy's adrenaline-addled, objective-focused win-now mentality. He wanted a class that could help him win against Fitzkrieg. He wanted to see that Texans Gibbs...
Whose gameplay is this? This is all my gameplay. I hate to break it to you. I spazzed out, okay?
All over the walls of the red team's base. And every time he even sniffed that sentry, it was lights out for the Pyro.
Next up was Demo Man, the class that Jeremy had died to the most since he started playing TF2. Demo is like probably my favorite section out of all of the small little sections about given classes. I put a lot of time and effort into this one because I feel like Demo is like, aside from Scout and Engineer, he's like the third most like CTF class. Except for maybe Sniper, actually. It might be him and Sniper are like back and forth the two other classes that are like most prevalent in CTF, and their design complements CTF the best. Yeah.
Soldier, but with more options, right? As he started to play Demo Man, he immediately understood why so many people were playing this class on the other team. He was broken. Well, not actually. Demo Man has a slew of exploitable weaknesses that different classes can take advantage of. But for Jeremy, the fresh install, Demo Man was a gift from God. It was so easy to just place sticky bombs on the bridge or near the enemy base's entrances.
Jeremy isn't real. No, Jeremy is a character. I didn't think that I feel like maybe I should have like put this somewhere. Jeremy's not a real person. Jeremy is a character I created to make this point. And then just if I made you believe he's real though, that's a good sign.
Watch enemies run into them and die. He was even getting good enough to start baiting enemies into his traps. It was fun, even if he wasn't making all that much progress toward the objective. You see, Demo Man is already an incredibly versatile class in more balanced game modes of TF2, being able to excel both offensively and defensively while providing constant area coverage for his team. He's incredibly powerful, but he could be a little hard for new players to get the hang of, and he's often overwhelmed by the faster classes who will swarm a badly positioned Demo Man near instantly in a game mode like Payload. However, in Capture the Flag, many of these issues are negated severely. Because of how easy it is to defend the objective, Demo Man as a whole is buffed by CTF. The intelligence isn't a...
The part where I say he hasn't played it, but he's been following it for years is based off me. Although I do think that is a fairly common situation to be in, even outside of me as a person.
Moving objective like the Payload cart, and it doesn't have a significant amount of flanks to defend like a King of the Hill point. This design causes players to all funnel through very specific areas in mass groups, which is the ideal situation for Demo Man to perform.
I love that. I'm very thankful that everyone here, including Average Scout Man in chat, by the way, shout out to the Average Scout, everyone in the server being just chill with this was very cool.
There might be more untold stories where I want to see how this video perform well on. But even though he was excellent at dealing with a lot of other classes, his roadblock, once again, was Fitzkrieg, who'd regularly rush down Jeremy with his shotgun and pistol. Jeremy knew that Dimmerman was close to the answer. He knew that if Fitz was distracted...
Oh, that's a funny thing. So this right here happened organically when we were shooting. Alan just randomly, like, because what was supposed to happen was I was trying to direct Angel to, like, peek the sentry, kind of, but, like, fuck it up. And Alan, for some reason, just chased him down with... And I was like, that's not what you were supposed to do at all. But it worked it worked anyways, so it was pretty cool.
Block, once again, was Fitzkrieg, who'd regularly rush down Jeremy with his shotgun and pistol. Jeremy knew that Dimmerman was close to the answer. He knew that if Fitz was distracted enough, he could take his sentry from a distance. But for now, with his current skill level, it just wasn't happening.
I like this shot as well. This is good. I really like this shot.
He had to move on to someone else. He briefly tried Medic, but he quickly got bored when he realized that he couldn't effectively kill anyone by himself. Medic in CTF is a character whose role is largely de-emphasized. In other game modes, he's at his best when he's helping his team capture the objective, using Uber as the fundamental...
I wonder if CTF being like as popular with new players as it is kind of leads to people not picking up Medic until much later in their TF2 journey because of this, because I think this is true generally.
Mental push-pull for his team and helping them break the enemy's defenses. When no one is playing the objective, this role obviously becomes less important. Without an objective to keep the stakes high, the cost of dying becomes next to nothing. People aren't really in constant need for heals when losing health doesn't cost them much of anything. As such, the medic's role is often just to help his teammates do stupid stuff, pulling off insane kills that wouldn't be possible without the extra...
I wish I had gotten a different clip for this, because this clip is of Soundsmith and Uncle Dane getting a kill with crits and not Uber, and I feel like because I say Uber, I should have had a clip of Uber being used, but I wasn't using my brain, clearly.
For heal. When Jeremy played Medic, all he was doing was helping other people get kills, and helping his teammates who were actively avoiding the objective wasn't really something he found much enjoyment in. Not to mention that it got him no closer to Fitzkrieg. Staring once more at the class selection screen, he considered his options. He could try going heavy, but he had already seen from playing with his heavy friend that he was way too slow to do any capping without help from an Uber push. Engineer was too defensive to help with capping, and he didn't want to stoop to the same level as Fitz. That left two classes in particular that Jeremy thought might help him in his rivalry against Fitz. Switching to Sniper, he instantly understood why this class was so widely used in Capture the Flag. He could kill any class in an instant from anywhere on the map. No wonder so many snipers had stacked themselves on the battlements like a pack of hyenas hungry for a meal.
I really enjoyed filming the fucking sniper duels because I just basically told Cade, Alan, and Angel to fight, and it just led to very funny interactions.
This class was absolutely ridiculous. It was blatantly obvious why so many people enjoyed this character, but he wasn't really Jeremy's speed. It's not like playing Sniper was really accomplishing anything. He could probably zone out for hours and just shoot people's heads, but the reality is that all he was doing was preventing people from playing the game, which in turn prevented his own team from playing the game, and overall just created less action on the bridge of Two Fort, and less fun for everyone involved. Jeremy felt like he was ruining the fun for everyone.
I feel like Sniper being like the unfun class is most apparent in CTF because everyone is taking things so unseriously, and then there's just this guy who's just preventing everyone from playing the game. I feel like Sniper duels lead to games becoming friendly more than anything else. Sniper duels make everyone just hate you. Even if you're bad, like it doesn't even matter. It's just like, oh, there's the threat of a sniper there. I will just not play the game. Like it's yeah. I feel like people who play games regularly, which Jeremy is a person who plays games regularly. Like I think that I think it's fair for him to think that this is not fun for me, and it's also not really getting me anywhere. Also, it's not fun for anyone else. So yeah,
and not really gaining anything from it for himself. He thought he might be able to somehow fire at Fitz sentry from a distance, But unfortunately for him, there was just no way to be far enough to hit the sentry without instantly being swarmed by the enemy team. Frankly, it was a really, really short-sighted idea. But Jeremy knew that he had saved the best for last, as he switched to the class that he watched kill his heavy friend the most when they'd play together.
Sawmill is so pretty, by the way. Sawmill is so gorgeous. I didn't realize this. But it's fucking good-looking, good shit.
The class that would finally allow him to win against Fitzcreek. Spy is the only class other than Scout who's...
To answer, Rubber Ducky asked during the premiere why I used this. I used this one just because I thought it looked better. I like this more than the default. Also, I already had it on hand. I just like this one better than the default that was used.
Design makes
also,
him excellent at blitzing the flag and trying to take it. Being able to go invisible and disguise oneself made him the ideal choice to attempt to make a run for it. Not to mention that he was one of Engineer's main counters. He'd be able to use his sapper to take down Fitzcreek once and for all, and then make a break for the intel while everyone else was distracted. He was going to beat Fitzcreek once and for all.
I really like this stab because it's like not clean at all. It only happens because Fitz is a new player. Like if you're actually using your brain, any actual engineer who's using their brain would not fall for this. Because it's like, oh, there's a scout running up the stairs. I'm just gonna use the Wrangler on my sentry and whatever the fuck, who cares? But like I just love that it works anyways because Fitz is a clueless new player who doesn't know how the fuck Spy works. It's very, very good.
Krieg, once and for all. He had done it. He had taken out his rival. It was time for Jeremy to get to the intel room and finally, at last, capture the... Jeremy had had enough.
I'm just gonna let this part play.
He was done trying to beat back the red team. He knew that any chance he had to take down the enemy was over. You've basically won Capture the Flag. Jeremy was defeated. Instead of beating them, he would join them. Playing engineer in CTF wasn't hard. It wasn't fun. It wasn't even all that helpful. But it was victory. If Jeremy couldn't win, he'd make sure no one would ever capture the flag again.
It was just really good timing, by the way. I did not intend this, but that song is from Celeste. And like it just happens to have a similar BPM to NG's swing speed. I have no idea why, but like that was legitimately just an accident, and it just happened to work out that way.
Hey, is that Fitzcreek? Unbeknownst to Jeremy, Fitz was auto-balanced to the blue team shortly after they fought, just as Jeremy had been earlier that same match.
If I could go back, I would remake the sniper shot that killed Jeremy, but have it happen to him instead, and just recreate the whole thing, just like shot by shot. But I didn't have the time to reshoot everything.
Now they were no longer rivals; they were teammates, and they had both decided to puppy guard the flag, in the intel room, by themselves. Jeremy thought about his rivalry with Fitz, his determination to win, his ever-present desire to capture the flag. And he realized none of that was nearly as fun as the time he spent with the Heavy. Weirdly enough, the most fun he had in Capture the Flag was when he was avoiding the flag at all costs. Just hanging out with his new friend and trying to find the stupidest ways to kill the enemy team. That was fun. Running his head at a brick wall and trying to beat this engineer wasn't fun at all. And as Jeremy watched his former rival build a sentry nest in the intel room, he realized that the most fun he had wasn't because of the game itself. It was because of the people that he played with. As Jeremy thought back to his Heavy friend, he knew what would bring Fitz the most joy. So he put down his weapons, and he gave his former rival the friend that he wished was still here. So, barring how this makes everything come full circle, what you might not have noticed is after after Jeremy goes heavy, that means that he has played every class in the game. Because he initially didn't go NG or heavy because he didn't want to stoop to Fitz's level, and heavy was too slow. But because of this set of circumstances, he actually ends up playing every single class in the story. And obviously also he gives the NG a sandwich to mimic the sandwich that was given to him earlier in the story. Yeah. I think it's pretty good. I don't know about you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm just gonna hit play. This is what Capture the Flag is. It's not a game mode about two teams fighting for dominance to see who's better. It's not competitive. It's not serious. It's a game mode about friendships and rivalries. A game mode where lifelong connections are made between players. Where memories are made.
The first ever friend I ever made on Steam, ever, was a guy that I met on 24/7 2Fort, and it was just a guy, me and him, chilling, building sentries and spawn, not doing anything at all, and because we weren't doing anything, we just talked.
Also, for the record, I wrote the whole story before I got any of these interviews, and they just happened to line up with exactly what I said.
Which is crazy.
Like everything that they say has not been influenced. None of them knew, like, really at all what the story of this was going to be. I had it written, I hadn't told them, and they all basically lined up exactly with what I had written.
Talked in chat.
The experience I've had, and that I'm sure all the other 2Fort lovers have had, is enjoying a match where you make a personal nemesis of someone on the other team and spend a ton of time going back and forth targeting each other, either dueling or just seeing who leaves the game first.
For the first, I don't know how much exactly, but at least several hundred hours, I played exclusively on 2Fort. You know, my first learning experiences with TF2 were through 2Fort.
And we talked about our favorite YouTubers. We were both into like top 10 gaming videos at the time. And the first comment ever left on my profile is made by him. And I still remember him. And we're still friends to this day.
Truthfully, CTF is the DNA TF2 was born of. And you're really not a TF2 player if you haven't played and enjoyed Capture the Flag.
You join a CTF server on 2Fort. You have like 4 snipers in the same spot that everyone always is. The stupid upper.
He's still crashing out. I like to imagine he's like been crashing out the entire thing, and we just cut to him every now and then, like it's a news broadcast. He's just saying something different every time.
Bit with the snipers, and then meanwhile, like this dumbass heavy is riding a go-kart across the bridge. It's very Team Fortress 2, I think.
I have an old replay, like posted on YouTube, I could show you from like 2011 from me on 2Fort.
Oh, really?
You want to see that?
I would love to. I would love to see that. That sounds awesome.
God, look at little newbie me.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. This game mode represents the essence of Team Fortress 2. The way the game's characters, gameplay, and atmosphere cause players to interact with one another is, in my opinion, the best part about the game. A relic of a bygone era where online games weren't for competition, but for connection. The story of Capture the Flag in TF2 isn't one written by the developers through lore or cutscenes or anything like that. It's a story written in every match by the players themselves. Rivalries, arcs, battles, friendships, all constructed in the chaotic battlefield of Capture the Flag. A mode that might be designed badly for competition, but one that's perfectly designed for connection. Because winning isn't always the reason why we play games. Sometimes a good game is about having a good time with some good friends. Because a memory captured is more important than any flag could ever be. Originally, I was going to put the picture of the this. Hold on, let me just go find it real quick. This picture. Hold on. Originally, I was going to put this picture on screen, as a nod to this picture is basically the story. This picture is the story. But and Jaunty did a great job of recreating this picture for the thumbnail, so it made it where I kind of didn't need to say it. But yeah, this picture is basically just the story of Jeremy. And that I didn't even do that on purpose. That happened by accident. As a result of me just writing out my the story, this Blue Scout, and then like it just happened to line up really well with this picture. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think this is the best video I've ever made. That is not that is gaming's obsession with minors. That's not the best video I've ever made. Yeah, that video is very, very good. This video is what we in the business call very good. Like me likey. Oh yeah. But yeah, go watch that video again if you haven't seen it. Go watch it on your own. Will I do a Lucid videos tier list? That actually sounds like a good time. I might have to fuck around and do that. Maybe for 50K. 50K sounds like a good time to do that. Unironically, that sounds like a good 50K stream kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not going to tell whether or not Jeremy or anything will return. I'm gonna keep my head down, keep working on content. Not today though, and not tomorrow. I'm going to Tyler the Creator concert tomorrow. I am doing my best to not think about anything content wise. There will be another video before the end of September. I can assure you it will be about Deadlock. So be excited for that. If you want to see more Jeremy, the best thing that you can do is share the video. Show the video to more people, please. There's nothing that would make the video do better algorithmically than it being shared and people seeing it. That the algorithm will fucking loves that shit. So go spread the video, show it to send in Discords and whatnot. Anyways, I'm gonna go rest because I've got a big Tyler the Creator filled day tomorrow, and I need to rest. Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, UFR will happen this Sunday. I don't know what it will be, so don't ask. New video. Deadlock. Cool. All right. See you guys next time. Thank you for all of the wonderful donations and stuff, by the way. And thank you for the 10 gifted from Ace. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Krabby, Chrissy, Human, Blair. Thank you all for donating. Thank you all for the wonderful wishes. And I will see you guys all next time. 10K subs from now. Same place, same time, and as always, stay tuned and stay lucid. Bye-bye.